Trill got that juice, nigga. that juice, nigga.
What up, 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 what up? What's going on? Salute to everybody in the room. What's up, I see? What's up, family? I see everybody in the room. Queen T, how you doing? Long time no see. So glad to see that you're here. Lady La, salute to you. I saw you with your artsy, your artness. I wish I could be that artsy. I never could be. Never could draw like that either. I wish I could. Man, salute to everybody. How y'all doing? It's a Monday. Why is my camera not on? My camera should be on. What in the world? Stream y'all better get y'all stuff together. Okay, here we go. Now I feel better. Now I feel better that you can see me. What's good, y'all? How y'all doing? It's a Monday. We done made it another day, but let me tell you something. Christmas is right around the corner. I hope y'all done did y'all Christmas shopping. I hope y'all did your Christmas shopping. Don't be like your boy and wait until the last minute. Please don't wait until it's the last minute. I'm just saying. Everybody, here's the thing. This is what I wanted to do. Ever, what's good? What's going on? Sorry, y'all had to restart StreamYards for a second. Y'all know how StreamYards be sometimes. Me on that bullshit. Hope y'all holidays has been good. Woo, Christmas is it's right around the corner every year. And then I got to hear that song. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. And I was like, oh, God. It just makes me think, yes, I know Christmas is here. Thank God. But you know what, though? Listen, man, I am blessed to see another Christmas. Let me go ahead and put the link to the panel on the board. My face is not going to be on this stream the entire time, just to let you know. Just to let you know. However, I plan on having a hip-hop topic. I want to be talking about hip-hop. I want to know your favorite artists of all time. Your favorite artists. Now, you can come up with like musicians and whatnot. I'm talking about artists, however. I want to know your favorite artists of all time. That's what I want to talk about on this Random Thoughts. I got some new music that I want to play as well. We're going to get to that in a little bit. But first, how was your weekend? You had a good weekend? T, I hope you can join the panel today. Got some new music. I'm going to play some music from Presence. I got some new music from my guy, Ty Harris. So, yeah, so we got some music playing. But I must say, I really, really, really must say that I'm really, really glad to see y'all. I don't go live, as I told y'all I was going to try to be more consistent. Y'all just got to bear with me with this holiday season. The holiday season is definitely rough, but you know what, though? You guys helped me get through it, to be honest. You guys helped me to get through it. Sub is in the building. What's going on, Sub? How you doing?
Not too bad, my brother. How you doing, man?
I can't complain. It's not too late where you are, right?
No, it's just a little shy past 9 o'clock, bro. I'm all good for an hour or two, bro.
Okay, cool. That's what's up, man.
Bro,
Yeah, man.
I could kill you, bro, for putting me on the goddamn spot with what the hell you just said there, bro. I cannot pick an artist who I like, bro. I've got far too many, bro, because, you know, with our discussions, bro, yeah? I've got far too many bro, that have influenced me from producers to artists, bro. Do you know what I mean? So this
Same
is
here.
Jeez, bro.
Well, see, but that's the thing, though. I never said you had to rate the artist. You didn't have to rate the artist. I just want to know just some of your favorite ones.
Oh, by the way, Queen, my dad's birthday is. He's still
Oh,
alive,
man.
though. But thank you. But good evening, lady. Good evening, T. Good evening, the game. I hope you're well blessed. I hope you're looking forward to the holidays because this will be my last live until after the holidays. So I hope you all have a peaceful, blessed ones and a safe one as well.
Okay. You're hearing it right from Sub. The last one until, the holidays is over. So that's what's up, man. I appreciate you joining me, man. Like I said,
That's so good.
I'll put the link back in the description. Anybody who wants to join in can join in. We talk about your favorite artists of all time. It could be rock and roll. It could be rap. It could be R&B. Whatever's your favorite, I want to hear your favorite. I want to hear it. I'll guess I'll go first on the R&B note. On the R&B note, my favorite would have to be D'Angelo, man. A lot of people would say for R&B, R. Kelly, and that's 100% understandable. He's going to be playing at every wedding till the end of time. You know what I mean? But D'Angelo, man, when I listen to his music, specifically Voodoo, man, his second album, if I'm mad, sad, if I just want to groove, if I just want to just enjoy my time, bro, I turn on that album and that's it for me, bro. And he's an incredible artist, not to mention that. I mean, anybody, again, a complete artist to me is anybody who writes, produces, arranges, composes all the music, man. That's an artist for me. What you thinking?
Bro, with you saying that, yeah, because obviously with the quick phone call we had prior to coming to live, yeah, I've thought of two artists so far, just off thinking for 5 minutes. Pimp C, because what a lot of people don't realize about Pimp C is he was a producer for a lot of the earlier albums that UGK did, the first 3 albums.
I didn't know that either. I'm one of them who didn't know that.
What it was, I'll tell you something, bro. UGK was created more as a production hip-hop than hip-hop, bro. Pimp C was one of the main producers. Well, Pimp C was the producer as well as others who incorporated and helped them with the development.
Yeah.
Because there's a classic songs, for instance, bro, off the Riding Dirty album, Murder, from the Master P era, bro. What was it? Players from the South.
Mm-hmm.
He produced that, but he was featured on it as well, bro. So technically, it's his song. Right?
I didn't know Pimp C was a producer. That's crazy. I thought he was just get in the studio, sip his drink.
I think to me, Pimp C was the brain box behind the UGK style and sound, bro. Because when I've done my research on UGK, because UGK play a big importance to myself, knowing the South, bro, because back in the 90s, about 97, 98, I remember having a copy of the album, Riding Dirty.
Right.
Even through the times of the South I was listening to. But when I went back into history, as I've done obviously recently again, bro, Pimp C was producing music in high school and stuff, bro.
Like I said, I did not know that. You would never think, like, and when so let me ask you a question, right? So from you know what I'm saying, from a production standpoint, when a person produces, when they say that they're a producer, does that mean that they can play the instruments needed?
50-50, because for this day and age, bro, it's 50-50 because there's like samples and things what people can create and then add their style to it. Mm-hmm. So whatever they're doing, if it's, for instance, like instrumentation or if it's done through the computer, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Back in the days, because obviously with the development through the music, not music technology, but technology in general, bro, right? Back in the days from understanding about music, bro, especially with the hip hop growing up, because this is part and parcel of having the conversation with the game.
Right, salute to Lady Asai. She in the building. Salute to Lady Asai. I'm sorry, Sub.
It's all right. Good evening, Lady Asai.
Salute.
It was all about how, because what I'm trying to understand, never mind as a hip hop head, but as also a producer, is where genres originate from. So, like for instance, with the conversation I had with the game, about the breakdancing era, the 84 to 89, bro, because my knowledge only goes back from 89 to present,
Right.
right? Obviously, what I've learned is hip hop is based off samples, bro, from the 80s, and it comes from element of the breakdancing era.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I noticed a lot of hip hop, especially 80s tracks, came from a lot of the disco eras of the 70s. It's wild to think about, brother. It's really
It
wild to
is,
think
bro,
about.
because at the same time, bro, right? What a lot of you guys didn't understand as well. Out here in Europe, we had similar things like that, but more within like the electro dance scene and everything, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like the pop music, not the hip hop, because it started with the generation, bro. I'm not very clued up on British hip hop, bro, because it's good. I listen to what I need to know, bro. But I've
Right.
never been a fan of it in general, bro, right? Because I like a lot of the old school, but it is what it is with the different genre styles and things of these days, right?
And that's what I was asking about the producer style sub, because I think of the word producer, right? I think of two people, right? I think of the Prince producer who will play the trumpet, that will play the drums, the guitar, the bass, the piano, the everything, and then you have the Diddy producer.
Well, bro,
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, bro. But do you remember the conversation that we had about Dr. Dre, bro? The way I
Oh
told
yeah,
you about how
yeah,
he did it,
bring
bro.
it back up, please.
What it is, though, just to see the way I look at Dr. Dre as a producer, he is like a composer when it comes to classical music. He can arrange and put everything together if he has the certain instruments or whatever at his disposal, bro. To put it in quick words, right?
Right.
For instance, I'll give you something that I love about Southern hip hop, bro. Why I like it more to the East and the West and the Midwest, bro. Right? Is that with me with music, bro? It doesn't matter what production it is. I like to hear live instrumentation.
I agree.
I don't care if it's a guitar, if it's a hi hat, a drum, a bass, a kick, whatever. I like the feel of the live sound, bro. Because when I was working out hip hop, bro, like with the different sides growing up, bro, right? For instance, bro, right? The first three albums I can give you, bro, what were influential to me, right, was two West Coast and one Southern album. What was The Chronic? Oh, God, what was the other one? I forgot the other West Coast one. And the Southern one was Outcast, first album. And what I did is I studied the differences, bro. Live instrumentation to a synthesized sound, something that's created on the computer, is two different things. And I think that the way it can be brought, it is just like doing a classical piece of music. Because with a classical piece of music, you've got to work with all the way from the basses and the trombones and the horns, all the way to the strings, all the different types of strings, bro, to the melodic side, what could be your flute, your sitar, your whatever, bro. Do you know what I mean? What I noticed with the South was hearing, for instance, bro, right? How would you feel, bro? You're 11-year-old and you're just listening to Outkast's first album, and you're still trying to find your feet within music with what you like, bro. I don't know where Jordan's gone.
No, my bad. Sorry, I had my mic on mute. But yeah, man, I definitely agree with you, man, because my first hip hop album was Get Rich or Die Trying. I'm
Oh
not
my
gonna lie.
God, bro! My very first
So,
hip hop album, bro, was Spice One. Spice One, what
oh
had
my
the
God.
absolute classic track, "Welcome to the Ghetto" on, bro. The first cassette I ever bought was Wu-Tang's first album.
That's another classic one, man. Enter the Wu-Tang, bro. That right there is another classic.
Bro, all of the Wu-Tang's first albums, right, including Enter the 36 Chambers, are classic, hardcore, grimy hip hop, bro, to put it in easier words. because it shows the characteristics of where hip hop was going, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because when I look back, bro, I always said to myself, bro, why was Shaolin always involved with the Wu-Tang, bro? And that was
Oh man,
crazy to see. Bro, hearing Kung Fu stuff over hip hop at
oh
a young
man,
age, bro, when I'm just learning about different cultures and do
yeah,
you know
man,
what I mean?
kung
But I'm like,
fu,
what the hell?
kung
Come
fu.
on,
Oh
bro,
my
you don't
god.
see many people with Kung Fu, and I know you do these days. But who in the 90s would do that, bro? Especially, bro, because if you remember, yeah,
Oh,
you played that track from RZA the last time, bro. And if you think of how simple and simplistic that beat was to what Enter the 36 Chambers was, bro.
well, see, but that's the thing. Like they would watch these old school kung fu movies, and like that was like, and we're talking first generation kung fu movies. You know, I grew up with Jet Li and Jackie Chan, man. Those were my two favorite kung fu everything. But they wasn't the type of artist where you can literally take samples from them and make songs. What Wu Tang was able to do, as far as Enter the Shaolin, which is a real martial arts movie, is amazing. I thought. And again, you can make the argument: was RZA sitting there playing the piano? Was he sitting there playing all the instruments? No, not necessarily. But the fact that he had to put everything together in order to make this raw sound that he made, oh my God, it's a freaking classic, man.
Bro, I was because of like the sort of stuff I like generally, bro. Because as I stated before, I predominantly came up on like the bouncier party side of hip hop before the gangsterism and everything else like that, bro. Yeah. When I started to hear samples, bro, and I'm thinking, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What? Do you know what I mean, bro? What's this? What's that? Because, bro, the song that I destroyed on the cassette off that album many of a time was Cream.
Mm,
When I
yeah.
first heard that, bro, that dun 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 dun, I was just like, what is this for hip hop? Because when I first like started hearing it, bro, back in the 90s prior to that, when they were coming up with the era, it was all boom bap grimy hip hop, bro.
I have to be completely honest with you, man. The way I started learning how music, especially hip hop and old school music, came together was actually weird, right? My father was a little older, right? So he would
Mhm.
listen a lot more to the older contemporary, Temptations, Al Green, Sam Cooks. I can go
Mhm.
on, Smokey Robinson. I can go on and
Smoking,
on.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
My mother was a little younger, so she was a little bit more to the more adult contemporary rap and R&B. I started
Okay,
noticing that
could I just ask, bro? Sorry. You know how you see adult contemporary rap? Could you just explain that to me, bro? So, like, what sort of things it is, bro, so I can get a grasp of what you meant by that, bro.
well, just contemporary, just as far as like a new sounding, like it was like music for the times. Like for example,
Right,
like a
right.
Uzi Vert, like Uzi's
Yeah,
today, he would be considered a contemporary adult artist right now because
right.
it's kind
Okay,
of
I
in the new.
understand what you mean. Yeah,
Right.
okay, okay. Yep, yep. Okay.
TLC, another example would be like a TLC. They would have been considered contemporary
Legends.
artists in their day,
Yep.
right?
Oh, yes, I understand what you mean, bro. Yeah,
Got
yep.
you.
Sorry, bro.
I
Yeah, I got you now.
fine. I started noticing that the songs that my mother was playing started sounding very similar to the songs that my father was playing. Completely different channels, completely different artists, but the sounds were similar. As I grew up, I realized, I said, well, damn, over half of rap is samples of older tracks.
It's because, as I was just stating before, and I'm still doing my research on it, bro, right? Because of obviously the conversation I had with the game, bro. It's how hip hop first came about, bro. Because, for instance, bro, a lot of break beats that are used for breakdancing, what I noticed when I was growing up, bro, were electro breaks. Do you know
Mm,
what I mean, bro? But
yeah.
it was used in such an influence that for instance, to me, yes, electro has played heavy within hip hop because electro music between different countries is perceived in different ways, bro, right? Because even out here, you have the MCs like Jam Pony Express and all of them, Funk Flex, do you know what I mean, bro? But what I've been noticing when I'm going that little bit further is the street elements have created the DJs to find something to create a new genre from. Because breakdancing, bro, to this day, will always be New York City, bro. But it's how it came together that I'm needing to learn about, because it's the last element I need to fully understand. And then I know the 5 elements of hip hop, bro.
Man, that was the last time Negroes was gonna be on the floor doing all that shaking and shit.
Not really,
like,
bro, because you still got some more dudes who will be doing it, bro. But I swear to God,
you fuck around and snap your fibia, your wrist, doing that breakdancing.
You're gonna split your head open. You're gonna break your ankle, bro. I even though because of the size of me, bro, I've never done it though. But I've seen it. I've had a few friends who have done it, bro. And my God.
Shit.
Arthritis in the full wrists at the age of 25. All the fingers broken, rebroken.
I'm sure. It looks wonderful when it's done. Man, this generation nowadays, we ain't getting on that floor doing all that shit. If we getting on the floor, it's gonna be because a man gonna be laying on the floor and a woman gonna be right on top of him doing that freaky grinding club shit.
That's for educational purposes only.
Yeah, educational purposes only.
But yeah, I know exactly what you mean, though, Jordan.
Only time motherfuckers hitting the floor now.
but bro, it is weird though, bro, because like for instance, bro, Michael Jackson played a massive influence on me, like in black culture music, bro. He was a heavy influence for me for black culture music when I was growing up, bro, because I didn't understand, you know, like the different cultures of music and the different genres and how different cultures are perceiving and bringing out all this music, bro. Now I do.
Man, you got to think about it from me, sub, from a 90s kid born in 1991, right? So as I get older, brother, this is 96, 97, 98, 99, I start seeing things in popular culture, right? And I'm seeing this long-haired, seemingly white man that we continuously call the king of pop, Michael Jackson, right? But then I get a good old DVD called The Jackson American Story, the Jackson 5 American Story, where this kid from Gary, Indiana, starts from completely black, grows up from a teen to a black, grows up to a 20-year-old black, to his 30s is white. Now, I don't mean to say that as far as
this is for educational purposes as well, though. Just before it gets called out for racism. Educational purposes only.
Yeah, educational purposes only. It was the timeline of Michael Jackson, at least from a 90s kid growing up, that is so sad, bro, because we will never quite understand what it was like to have Michael Jackson here in the 80s, where he was...
I did though, bro. But I was far too young because I was born in 84, bro.
But in the 80s, bro, and in the early 90s, Michael Jackson, man, he was
everywhere, bro. He was on the radio, the TV. He was doing shows, bro. Do you know what I mean? He was everywhere. That's how I remember Michael Jackson, because I found a lot of comfort in his music, bro. But what I will say is, bro, right? Maybe, and I've got to have a good think about this, maybe without me growing up listening to him, I may not have went to hip-hop, bro. I may could have listened to something else, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because, for instance, bro, when that, what was it? Was it Black or White that Macaulay Culkin did the rap on?
Yep, Black or White.
Jesus, how the hell, 90, no, it was on Dangerous, bro, 95, I think it was.
I think 93, but yeah, but I get what you're saying, though. Yeah, it was that song, Black or White, yeah.
Bro, to see, for me, bro, being like with the cultural background that I've got, bro, and being neutral as well, seeing that was good for me to see, bro, because it was seeing the differences. Because I was noticing myself, bro, when the genres were starting, bro. For instance, when the gangster rap started, it had a certain type of message. But as you know, when that genre went on, that message wavered a little bit. Do you know what I mean? When you go to conscious rap, it's got a certain message for a while, and then it wavers in things like this, bro. But when I saw the differences that two people, regardless, age, color, creed, race, can do something like that everybody loves, bro, at a young age. I'm like, wow. Really thriller. Jordan, I don't know if you're still there or not.
And
I'll t-
I keep muting my mic, man. I'm sorry, bro, because I'm doing other things on the side with my phone here. So I'm sorry. I keep muting my mic. But what I was gonna say, man, was that I thank God that I grew up as a '90s kid, right? But as I look back, bro, I realized
I
that
feel sorry for you.
so much shit from the fucking '80s that was tremendous. Even now, the '80s is making a renaissance return, bro. Like, for example, Stranger Things on Netflix. I don't know.
I've not watched it yet,
A
but
lot
I've got
of
Netflix, so I'll have to peep it, bro.
yeah, Stranger Things is huge in America. I don't get half the fucking jokes because it took place in the '80s. So it's I'm lost. Shit that I'm supposed to know and laugh about. I'm just like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's what I see to you, bro, about the generations, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's the different generations, but also it's like the development of how the culture or the product or whatever it is that's developed, bro. Do you know what I mean? There's certain things I may say to you, bro, and you're sitting there like, what the fuck does that mean? But for instance, the game and Lady Law and Queen will be sitting there pissing their pants with laughter. Do you know what I mean, bro? But I understand that and respect that, bro, because listen, guys, I'm going to say this, yeah? Jahi, Jaha, in the Urban Dictionary means someone who wants to be white who is black. Go figure.
thank fuck, my name is Jordan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though, bro. I just had to say that, bro. Do you know what I mean? But no, but this is the thing about hip hop, bro. Though that's what I noticed, bro. Not even with hip hop, though, but with all genres, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because me looking back, I would say if hip hop didn't exist, I don't think there'd be quite a few genres around or very relevant to today's society, bro. If that makes sense.
And it's funny you say that, sub, because it's actually a fact that hip hop just became the world's #1 selling music in the world. It just overtook pop.
Well, bro, I was expecting that though, bro, because what I witnessed, what you didn't, bro, for instance, when the South first came around, bro, properly, not the build up, though, because if you go back to the '95 Source Awards, bro, yeah, during the infamous Death Row,
Yeah,
Bad Boy
boy.
Saga, yeah, what the sorry, I ain't gonna swear, bro. I ain't gonna swear, bro.
Nah,
Sorry,
you curse that, do what you do.
no, bro. I'm trying to keep it peaceful tonight. You know why, bro? Do you know what I mean? But I said, I was either Andre or Big Boy, bro, had stated, they said, one day you will feel us, as in the music, bro. And when I saw that, bro, and I started trenching back through the South, bro, I could see why.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, one of the big differences why was the production.
Yeah, makes sense, man. Y'all got me, man. You got me going on a nostalgia trip with Michael Jackson, man. Because you guys got to understand, man. Like we was really robbed of like the greatest entertainer, man. Like the greatest entertainer, man. But that life, although some of us may look up to it and say, damn, we might look at our what we got and be like, man, we want what they have and whatnot. All that comes with a price. He paid his price.
And you know something, bro? I knew we may swing onto this topic, bro, but I've got no comment. It's like a quiet conversation I have because I know where this sort of conversation will lead to, bro. But I completely agree with what you've just said. Everything, bro. It doesn't matter if it's the music, film, or anything. There's a price to pay. It's either negative or positive. You've just got to see and find out what it is, bro. And you know what it is? I still to today rock to Michael Jackson's music, and I put all the BS aside about him, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'm not letting people, for instance, people can hate me for saying this. I don't care what Michael Jackson supposedly done, educational purposes only, right? Until I see proven facts on paper, that's the only way it's going to change my mind, bro.
Yeah, I mean, well, educational purposes, he settled out of that first one and got acquitted of the second one. So I can't speak on the first one. The second one, yeah. That was some bullshit.
This is why I say, like, most of the time I'm split with decisions, bro. It is what it is, and but like I've told you, bro, until I see evidence, I'm keeping that opinion. I don't care about it. I need to see facts and opinions, bro.
And that's how it should be, bro. Like I said, again, so a lot of people not feeling that way about R. Kelly, but I keep trying to tell people, especially black folk, let me tell you something. You might hate R. Kelly, you might despise R. Kelly, but guess what? You go up in a wedding, guess what you gonna hear? Step in the name of love, or you gonna hear something else. You gonna hear something from R. Kelly if you go into a Negro wedding. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it. So I'm sorry.
Bro,
I'm sorry.
I agree to disagree with that, bro, because I'm 50-50. It probably happens at every type of wedding, bro. It may be one song, though. Do you know what I mean, bro? But I get exactly what you mean, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Every wedding, there's going to be a Cher song. What else? Who else is going to? There's going to be Cher. There's going to be
Phil Collins.
Probably Phil Collins. And I pray that you feel the same way too. That one's gonna be in there too.
Oh God, Casey and JoJo.
All my life. That one's gonna be in there.
Something?
And then there's gonna be an R. Kelly song. That's it.
Can I just state something with you bringing Casey and JoJo, bro? Yeah.
Talk to me, son. Talk to me.
This is a fact that you're gonna learn about me right now, bro. As to why I like R&B. It's because of Casey and JoJo, bro. I never, but to be honest, no disrespect to the genre. Yes, bro, I'm going to explain why. No disrespect to the genre of R&B, bro. I absolutely love it more now than I did when I was growing up, bro. Right? Because at the time, I'm not a, how do I say it? I'm not a soppy love song type of person, bro. In public. When it's at home, that's something different, bro. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But like, for instance, bro, my introduction to Casey and JoJo, Tupac, Death Row days, all the stuff they did then, bro. Because I wasn't, at the time, bro, especially when I was getting really in-depth into hip-hop, bro, R&B, I never understood the genre. I didn't know where it came from. I didn't understand the principles of the genre, bro. Do you know what I mean? So I discredited it.
Right. Got a new person in the building, James Thompson. Well, you're not new. What's going on, James Thompson? How you doing? Having a hip-hop discussion.
Good evening, James.
Feel free to join the panel anytime. I'll drop the link once again. But yeah, we just having a hip-hop conversation. But yeah, I definitely understand what you mean. But you know what's funny, though? So right before we take a little break, man, and I play another song, right? It's so funny, right? Because how you say that, it was, you said it was something that got you on the hip-hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was Michael Jackson that exposed me to pop, if you want to call it that.
Same with me. But the way I look at it is, bro, the way I look at it as well, bro, Michael Jackson is from black cultured music, bro.
He is. Right? He was signed to Motown. Yeah.
Yep. Madonna, white music, bro. For instance, educational purposes, just describing different genres. Do you know what I mean, bro? For instance, with me, bro, I was exposed more to, like I said, Middle Eastern and white cultured music, bro. Before hip hop, I learned black culture through hip hop. So the likes of like R&B, funk, the P-funk, I've learned all of the culture from hip hop, bro. From looking at how it was created with the samples, the sounds and things like we've discussed before, bro. But to me, I think my earliest influences that I remember of black culture was Michael Jackson.
Yeah, man. Like I said, dude, definitely it was Michael Jackson that put me on the genre pop, man. Like you said, Madonna and all them. I never would have thought, to listen to things of that nature until Michael Jackson. Then, of course, I told you that my father would play all kinds of old school music. So, like Temptations and Sam Cooke and whatnot. I always got my fill of that, but it was never the up tempo, the pop feel that I really paid attention to until going back, brother. Until going back.
See, that's different. See, I'm the flip reversal of you, bro.
Right.
Because like with the genres and stuff out here, because also what I'll see is as well, with like today, with the how music is more accessible, bro, everything's worldwide, yeah? But back in the day, bro, we used to have to get stuff imported or watch like import TV stations and things, bro, because a lot of music, especially from overseas, if it was black culture, it was very hard for the radios to play out here, bro. So stuff like Tim Westwood, the DJ for the hip hop shows, that would be my show to go to every week, bro, for the hip hop I wanted to listen to. Because obviously you had the commercial side and then you had the radio, like the radio live shows, what you know, in commas, slightly more underground. Do you know what I mean, bro? Because in the 90s, our radio was not censored as much as to what it is now.
No, I definitely agree with that. Can somebody ask James Thompson in the chat what he's talking about? What is he talking about? I'm just a little curious on that one.
James, that's your warning. Next one you get included, because I think you're trolling right now. And if you are, James, I'm gonna block you because I wasn't paying attention there.
That's what we're gonna call that. We're gonna call that a warning.
And James, I just say, James, as well, when you come in, sorry, Jordan, when you come into this chat, bro, it's respectful. It's like a family environment. If you haven't got anything to put in worth your 2 pence, keep your comments to yourself or just leave. Okay, bro?
I'm just saying, man, because
you've got to remember, James, right? Man. I was just about to say that as well. And you've got to respect that this is Jordan's live, not mine. So can you just please respect the content creator as well, please? Because the next time I will just automatically block you, bro. That's your only warning.
But I do appreciate you sliding through, man. That was just a weird comment. But anyway, back to it, man. We are about to have more of a hip hop conversation. Let me just play another North Carolina artist. You know how I do. You know how I do, guys. With North Carolina artists, I have to at least put a song on there for them and give respect to the North Carolina artists. So this one is called Small Town Big Heart. The name is Ty Harris. Here he is, y'all. Check him out. And again, support your local artists. Please support your local artists.
Yeah.
Or maybe I gotta refresh it so I can show respect to my local artists. Jesus Christ. You gotta love YouTube. There's some ghetto shit right here. Why does it do that to me? I don't understand. Talk to me, Ty.
Yeah. 27597. 30 minutes outside of Raleigh.
Kenneth English.
They say home is where the heart is. Well, I departed, came back, revived, and got me a spark and started. I ain't garbage, but my talents weren't going no waste to industry. Raised different, was hard to show them no symmetry. Boondocks, baby, but my niggas, they had it worse. Boy, Kenny Savage, where I promised we made it work. Lurch, my name ring bells, and now I'm front and center. And ain't no blocking what I'm doing from us getting bigger. I'm a gorilla, wear that shit like a privilege. Acceptance came later from taking shit from the village. Now I pillage anybody I feel that's coming for mine. Scalp any problem and niggas can get in line. See the signs? You can choose 3 from off the highway, and anyone can see your soul until its last days. The crosses you gotta pay like a toll booth. Blame Zeppelin for making me rap the whole truth. Small town, big heart, with my dreams, got their start. Might leave home and say peace, but never forgetting the ones that made me. Do it for the town, cause they love to hold it down. Do it for the town, cause they love to hold it down. Do it for the town, cause they love to hold it down. Do it for the town.
I'm something like a big deal in my city. Check the news, you can get killed in my city. I'm a 500 nigga. I hustle for a living. Should've played for the mud. Catch the way that I be pitching. I'm feeling like I'm young dog on that paper route. Falling like I'm John Wall. That's what they hating about. Bitch, pull up on North Street. I ain't with that tough talk. I just let that gun off. I ain't worried about none of y'all. Welcome to the zoo, bitch. It ain't a street out here that I can't post. North Street, Horton Street, shit. Shepherd School Road. Getting money out this bitch was my school goals. Up in 97 trying to fuck some new hoes. Now how you wanna act? Fuck with me, I get you in a party across the track. Tell your bitch to tell a friend I be on that yak. Either that or the Seagram's gin. You know where I'm from, nigga. ZEBULON.
Small town, big heart, with my dreams, got their start. Might leave home and say peace, but never forgetting the ones that made me. Do it for the town, cause they love to hold it down. Do it for the town, cause they love to hold it down. Do it for the town, cause they love to hold it down. Do it for the town. 439, nigga. Small town, big heart, with my dreams, got their start. Might leave home and say peace, but never forgetting the ones that made me. Do it for the town, cause they love to hold it down. Do it for the town, cause they love to hold it down. Do it for the town, cause they love to hold it down. Do it for the town. 439, nigga.
My motherfucking dude on the trigger, man. Ty Harris, man. Small town, big heart, man. That's what North Carolina, when it comes to North Carolina, man, that's what a lot of these cats have, man. They come from small towns, man. They got big hearts. You got to if you're trying to get out of here. If you're trying to do better for your loved ones. You got to. Salute to everybody, man. I really appreciate y'all rocking out with me on a Monday afternoon, a Monday evening. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate it. Oh shit, sub, did I remove you from the screen, bro? My bad.
No, bro, that's all good, bro.
Got you back in.
Nah, James, there's nothing about UK drill or anything about that, bro. This is educational stuff, bro. Do you know what I mean, bro? If you're going to talk about UK drill, I'd prefer you not to. That's nothing that I know about, bro.
I was going to say, is there even such a thing as UK drill? Yeah,
there is. What happened was when Chicago movement started, the UK had the same type of music as it is, bro, down in London. It was like when I mentioned a while ago about the issues down in London, bro. Plays a part of it. But it's a whole different topic of discussion, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather not get into it.
Got you. Because
James, it's James. Hold on, James. I'll address you, bro. No disrespect, James. Yeah, it's because with brother Jordan's, bro. It's about educating as well, bro. It's reminiscing and educating, bro. I understand UK drill's massive, bro. I know that. I'm in the UK, bro. Do you know what I mean? But as well, we're trying to keep it family friendly and stuff like that, bro. Because as you can see, we're being respectful. We're not cursing. We're not arguing and things. And that subject would possibly flag Jordan's live for inappropriate content, bro. Because I understand about hip hop, UK drill, and the meanings behind it and everything. James, do you know what I mean? I'd love to have the discussion, but I don't think it's appropriate for tonight. No, bro. James, what you're not understanding is, bro, there's new laws within YouTube, bro. It's about the content of what the creator is saying, not what's being played. If we go into that subject, it's going to be possibly striked out for inappropriate content. That's all it is. It's not about the song or whatever. It's about the topics of discussion from the creator. Because if we would get onto that, bro, it would make this video 18 and over. Do you know what I mean? And that's not technically what we're trying to do at the moment. We're trying to promote like educational reasons and purposes for hip hop and things, bro, and other things that brother Jordan does. Exactly, James. See, now you're thinking, bro, because when it comes to music, bro, as you can hear, bro, we're going in depth into it, bro. Do you know what I mean? This is why I'm saying it's another topic. Because, for instance, with UK drill, James, I can bring up Chicago drill. I can bring up gangster rap. Do you know what I mean? And have the discussion with that, but it's not appropriate for children, bro, and under 18s at the moment, though. Do you know what I mean? But I respect you for saying that, though, bro. Don't get me wrong, because I'd love to have a discussion about it, because obviously Jordan would appreciate the knowledge. Obviously, with him being out in the UK, bro.
Always.
Sorry, not in the UK, in North Carolina, sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, always wanting to learn new music. Hey, the panel link is in the comments. So anytime you want to join in and bring your you know what I'm saying, your opinion on your favorite artist of all time, whether it's a rock and roll artist, hip hop artist, R&B artist, shit, it could be a painter, Da Vinci in this moment. Anybody who you believe is a great artist, I want to hear from y'all. I just want to know y'all greatest in the artist, because that was an interesting topic that me and Sub had before, but it was one that was going through my mind even as I woke up. Like those artists, like there's musicians, yes, there's singers, yes, and then there are artists. You know what I mean? Recording artists.
Mm-hmm. And there's a difference, because it's like the whole process for music, bro. Like I keep saying, the best one everybody would know is classical music, bro. If you break it down, what's got to be done, it's knowledge and wealth, though. But at the same time, it's one of the most technical things that anybody could do. Bringing 20 instruments together for one piece, bro. Would you tell me the average producer this day could do that?
Probably not.
I'll give you an example, bro. Dr. Dre over Metro Boomin, for instance.
Yeah. You know who's another one of he was one of my favorite artists, right? But I never knew he was a producer until I did my research and I became more of learning about music. It's T-Pain. I like T-Pain's music. I didn't know he produced all his music. That's what made me go. I said, "Oh shit!" So, dude is actually pretty good.
I think T-Pain as well. I'll do my research on it. So hold me to this next statement, bro.
Yeah.
Also did what Dr. Dre did. Because when I've looked back through the credits, I've never seen T-Pain officially being credited with the production of the tracks. But for executive producer, bro, because there's different stages, like within movies, bro. You've got one producer, this producer, but then you've got the main producer overseeing the whole project. That's what an executive producer is, bro.
True, and see, that's always been kind of my bag. Like I like to do that. Like I give you an idea of, of what I think would sound good, and it's like, okay, play that. And then I'd be the producer. Like I always was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I always wanted to learn how to play the music. You know what I mean? That's why I got 2 instruments now. I want to get a piano because I really want to learn, man. I really want to learn. There's this guy who's pretty much in my family, man. He's really talented when it comes to piano and organ playing. And like sometimes I'll be looking at him playing, I'm just like, damn, bro, like that shit cannot be that difficult if you just put some effort into it. So I want to learn. I want to learn how to do it. That's going to be one of my 2020 goals, is to learn at least a little bit about piano playing.
A lot of it is simple, bro. Because what you've got to do is just go back and learn what the keys are, like your scales. Once you learn, bro, because this is how I did it, bro. Because like obviously I told you about my hand-eye coordination with things last night, bro. Yeah. I went and learned and understood what the sounds were making, and then I taught myself how to do it in my own pace. Because again, it's not because of my mental disabilities or whatever. It's just certain things with me, especially like with pianos, bro. As I told you, my twin is already a classical pianist, bro. So I already understand the fundamentals of a piano or music, bro.
Right.
And just trying to piece it together with your fingers and just thinking, ooh, that chord is lovely with this one to these keys to that. It's like making a picture just like Lady Law does, bro. Do you know what I mean?
And then for me, like, it's just, I'm telling you, bro, like I own a bass and I own a 6-string guitar. So maybe not so much 6-string, But when it comes to that bass, man, when I get a nice little groove going, bro, and I can hit a nice little run, man, it's nothing like it, man. So I can just, that's why when I used to hear about musicians, excuse me, just having 3, 4, 5 hour shed sessions. Like, what are y'all doing? They're just playing their souls out, man.
Exactly, bro, because, sorry to interrupt you on the game. No, not yet, because what I'm going to be doing is doing my break from the lives. I'm going to be doing my research for a few months, bro, within that era, bro, because I'm still looking into it, the game, because I'll tell you something, in Jordan,
I'm listening.
the game put me onto a really nice documentary, bro, about breakdancing called The Freshest Kids. Bro, and if you know who QD3 is, who is Quincy Jones's son, back in the 90s and the 2000s, he did a lot of documentaries, bro, regarding hip hop and music. Like do you remember the infamous Beef series that came out, the DVDs?
Oh, yeah.
That was QD3, that was Quincy Jones's son.
Wow. And Quincy Jones is that man is the definition of what a producer or artist is.
He is the epitome of what a producer is, bro. He knows how to do everything. He goes down to me as probably one of the living legends of music. And what I mean by that is his artistry capability.
Oh yeah, man.
Understanding from what I've understood about music, bro. Jesus Christ, that man can do it on his own.
I would love to sit through 50 producers or 50 people that call themselves a producer. I would want to put a pen and just a sheet of music paper in front of them and say, just write me a chorus with a bridge. Write it for me.
As in the musical notes?
As in the musical notes and everything. They would probably look at me like I had 15 heads.
Exactly. And this is why I always keep referring to classical music, bro. Because I understood I did music theory when I was younger, bro, though, but I'm not good at with my hands, as I said, bro. So I've learned it instead. So I know by ear what the sounds are, bro. Manuscript writing, anybody who can come to me, right? Because like I was explaining to you about my sister last night, bro, she can also do that, bro. Manuscript write pieces of music, and I've heard them, and they are phenomenal, bro. Absolutely phenomenal to every inch broken down to it, bro. But bro, like I said to you last night, right, and just to say, guys, yeah, I've got a twin sister, and I was fortunate enough to be around her during her early influences with playing the piano. I remember she was about 6, 7 year old when she started, and she was a full classical pianist by the age of 16. And that led on to many of a great thing for my sister.
That is talent, bro. I never one time I remember telling this girl that I used to work with, right, that I would play music, right? Or like I would learn, like I was learning how to play the bass. And she just wrote out a note for me, one of those, one of them notes. And she was like, "What's that?" I looked at her like, "What?" I said, "What is that?" She was like, I was like, "I don't know." She was like, "Oh, so you want to learn by ear. You don't necessarily want to learn the whole joint." And I was just like, "Well, damn, it seemed like it's a lot. That sounds like it's a course in itself." Like to learn all that, bro.
It is, bro, because there's two types of people the way I look at things with education, bro. There's people who can be sat in a classroom taught, right? And then there's other people who have to be hands-on with it, sit and learn it for themselves, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'm one of those who have to sit. I'm the one who has to be hands-on and learn it. That's why I know so much about like music production and stuff like that, bro. Do you know what I mean? Instead, I could go back to university, college, whatever now if I wanted to, bro. But I couldn't do the coursework. But all of the activity work will be done within minutes, bro, days. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Because the thing is, what I don't like about music in general is the fact that the lack of diversity of written music.
And the production itself, let's be honest.
I
Let's be
love trap,
honest.
bro, right? But I love trap because to me, trap music is the modern day 90s Miami. Sorry, bro. Is the modern day 90s Miami bass music with a twist.
I
Because
mean, that might be the
Atlanta,
case, but I mean, you ever heard of the baby?
bro, yes, not a big fan. Respects to him for putting
I like him.
putting yours on the map, bro.
I like
Respects for
him.
him putting you on the map.
Right.
But in
I
fairness,
like him. He's dope. But that's
Mhm.
the example I'm talking about. His music, it mostly sounds the same. Like it's like the same song over and over again.
It
And
is
that's what I'm
because there's a certain standard that has to be played for the radio, bro, for the masses. You hearing it?
and it's just like, ugh, like this is all good, but okay, so what else is next? I just, we're going into a new decade, right? We're going into a new decade, 2020. And I
I want to hear
really
what's next, me.
there you go, sub. This is why I like you on the panel. I don't even got to speak. You already know what I'm thinking. I want to know what's next for 2020 musically, because we've seen what's going on. We've seen, Migos and whatnot. They've kind of shifted music. Let's be honest. Drake has as well for the 2010s. These are, music shaping artists. Migos, Drake, and whatnot. I want to see who's next for 2020, man. I really do.
I think, my personal opinion, educational purposes only, and I don't care what people's opinions are, right, about it, yeah? This is what I believe in, bro, right? We all know that there's always cycles within hip-hop of certain eras. For instance, the 90s was East-West in the South, as in East Coast thug music, West Coast gangster funk, right? In the South, I'll use as the example the Screwed Up movement with DJ Screwbro. 3 different elements, right? Everything is obviously going to merge into one, as we've seen, bro. Because it's a point that I want to make. What I was going to say before, when you were just hitting your 9, 10, 11-year-olds, bro, right? There was a massive shift in hip hop from 2000 to 2004, bro. Massive shift.
And I really started getting into it around 2003 as far as paying attention to the artists of what I'm listening to. Not just, there's a cool song I like to listen to.
So who caught your ears around that era then, bro? Because I was in my late teens by then, bro. I was 16. Was I 16? Yeah, I was 16 at the turn of the 15 at the turn of the millennium, bro.
Well, I mean, as far as buying my own music and stuff like that, yeah, it was
not
during
bothered
the teenage
about buying,
years.
bro. I'm just on about like the influences from like at the time where you were, the way it was for you, bro. What was it that caught your attention of it, bro?
It was
it a particular artist, a style, a song?
Although I was born in New York and pretty much raised in North Carolina, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of the New York influences and the New York rappers around that time. Ja Rule, 50 Cent, old school Miguel. May he rest in peace. You know what I mean? I think I mentioned Fat Joe already. Nori.
But I love Nori, bro. I love Nori.
Oh yeah, man, the Diplomats.
DMX, Rough Riders.
Rough Riders. I was about to say it. DMX and Rough Riders.
Massive Rough Riders fan as well, bro. In the late 90s, bro, Rough Riders had it on.
Yeah, man. Bro. Even freaking Master P, No Limit, old school. I mean, the first generation Cash Money.
The 91 to 2001, the one we've already previously discussed, bro. Yeah,
right. It was pretty much that little sector that I really started to understand music. A kid, if they hear anything with a beat that they can move their little feet to, they're gonna like it. But
bro, can I just say, with you just saying that, bro, yeah, that is why I loved hip hop. One of my first earliest remembrances of hip hop, bro, was Whoop, There It Is. And I'm not on about the tag team version. I'm on about the 95 South version, what came out in 91, bro.
Right.
Because with me, bro, in music, bro, as you hear through my production and things like that as well, bro, yeah, I always have a certain rhythm of bounce to it, don't I, bro? Or
Oh,
whatever I listen to, like within music that I've been posting, there's always that little rhythm of bounce to it, isn't it, bro? Because
yeah, it
hip hop,
is.
my very first exposure to hip hop was Miami bass, bro.
You just reminded me, bro. You just reminded me. As far as me understanding music and what it is, it was definitely a little later on, around 10 or 11. But as far as a track where it was just I scratched the shit out of it, dude. Oh, it would have to be Jump by Criss Cross. 100% Jump by Criss Cross. I tore that cassette to
Who
pieces.
produced it?
Jermaine Dupri.
That little short dude, man, and I'm being
Jermaine Dupri.
respectful, bro. And this is the thing, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Come
We're
on,
speaking
man.
some real knowledge here, bro, right? But people don't understand, right? Yes, the likes of Diddy, Jermaine, Master P, 40, E40, bro. All the ones that are still relevant today have a past.
Yeah,
And nobody wants to go back and check out the past, bro. Do you know what I mean?
you're right. Nobody would have thought. I'm telling you, when Little Bow Wow came out around 2000, 2001, I thought
Oh
he was
my
like,
God.
I thought he was just like that dude that was just like that kid that was like, oh yeah, okay, this guy Jermaine Dupri, he's the producer. Oh, okay, cool. I had no idea he also produced Criss Cross as well, man.
Bro,
No idea.
Jermaine Dupri is a businessman, right?
Oh my God, he got to get his flowers.
Bro, I'm gonna educate you real quick, and I'm sure the game will want to pipe up with this as well.
And feel
In
free to join the panel, man. The link is
Yeah,
right
the
there,
game,
bro.
call up, family, man. Just hit the
Yeah.
StreamYard. Come up, bro. It'll be good to have a chat, bro.
Yeah,
But listen,
feel
the
free.
game. I'm gonna school Jordan on the '90s Miami bass. Do you remember So Def Bass All Stars Volume 1 to 3?
I can recognize the name of the albums, but I don't remember listening to them, to be honest.
They were Miami bass, bro. Like the proper Miami bass, like the 69 Boys, the 95 South, bro. He created a big influence within Atlanta with releasing those albums as well. And the game had probably backed me up with that, bro, from what I've understood. Do you know what I mean? Because when I caught on to Jermaine Dupri was when Usher came around, bro, because again, I would not have known, right, about certain R&B artists and things if it wasn't for certain hip-hop tracks, bro, or like artists, producers as Jermaine Dupri. Because I didn't know the influence Jermaine Dupri had with Criss Cross, Da Brat, all the artists that he's produced for, bro, all the compilation albums he's done. Because when I look back, bro, it's just like looking back at Too Short. A lot of people don't realize Too Short, the rapper, started in the early 80s, bro. Got big in the 90s, is worldwide after the millennium, bro. Do you know what I mean? In seeing, bro, for me personally, right? For me personally, seeing artists develop from where they were to what they are is amazing within artistry, bro. Because it keeps changing year to year.
Man, I'm just sitting back listening to you trying to fix this fucking piece of shit chair right now.
It's all good.
But yeah, man. But yeah, I definitely do understand, man. Like, keep going, man. You doing your thing, man. Keep on talking to the people, bro.
Bro, if you're talking about influences, yeah, I'll give you another one, Master P. But what a lot of people don't realize was he started out in California, in Richmond, before he moved to New Orleans. The transition from King George in 94, 95 to Beats by the Pound was the time when Master P moved from California down to New Orleans. Master P has put on hundreds of artists, bro, if not thousands. But again, he's been a pillar within hip hop. The same with Jay Prince, bro. His story, unbelievable. To anybody, I would recommend go read his book or listen to the audio book. It is very fascinating.
See, and that's another thing too, man. That's a whole nother subject. That's another thing too. I respect the guys who play the role in the background, like Birdman's brother, Slim. You don't hear
I don't
Slim
talk about Cash
interview.
Money though, but I know what you're talking about, bro. You never, there's always somebody,
Right.
bro, right? And I learned this from Rush
You
Hour
never
2,
hear from
bro.
Slim.
No, follow the rich white guy. I'm just saying that because it's the analogy, bro. Follow the money, follow the such and such guy, because there's always somebody quiet in the background.
Yeah.
Always. For instance, Suge Knight shouldn't have been the loudmouth for Death Row. He should have just left that to Pac, for instance. DMX was the loudmouth, for instance, for Rough Riders. Do you know what I mean, bro?
Right.
Because I do understand within music itself, there is always consequences to the actions within music, bro. More relevant within hip hop. I understand that, but that's not my point. For instance, John Lennon got murdered by the crazed fan.
Yeah. Selena, God rest her soul, Selena by her own manager. God rest her soul.
God rest her soul.
With that being said, you know what I'm about to do? I'm about to play a quick track from my guy Presence, and then we could just I don't know, so we can continue this. We can just wrap it up. Hey, I'm just enjoying myself, man. I don't know what you up to on this evening, man. But shit, I'm just
chilling, bro. For now, I'm actually enjoying myself, bro.
Same here, man. I've been wanting to have this hip hop conversation for a good long time, bro. So,
well, actually, bro, I'll tell you what, though, right? Can I swing the conversation to the right a little bit, bro? But it's still hip hop influence, because I would like your opinion on something.
Okay, yeah, we can definitely do that after I play the song.
Not
the
a problem.
game StreamYard not working for me. What you mean, bro? How's it not working?
Oh, hold on. The game. When you click on the link, it'll bring you up a page. It'll say about the mobile experiment. Click the grey button, and it'll bring you up to another page where you will possibly see yourself if you're using your mobile phone from your camera. When you do that, you will see on the screen, bro, that there's a few options, right? Click the camera off or the camera button, but directly underneath, it'll say start broadcast or join broadcast. As soon as you click that, it'll come up onto the screen for Jordan to see that you've joined the call, brother.
And then I join you right in. So there we go, man. Yay.
There
and
you
again,
go.
you try to do that, bro. I'm going to play a quick track from Presence, man. And then hopefully we can get you in, man. We can just keep talking this hip hop talk. We'll be right back. We got Jordan Live sub in the building. Hey, it's the family talk right now, man. Random thoughts. Talk to y'all in a second, y'all.
You? Them niggas held me down more than you did. They never switched up on me. They never switched up on me. They never switched up on me. Right back. They did not me to sit on the chair and God.
Put you on my team. Are you fucking?
How? He put you under the
Are you
wing.
fucking
Cause niggas start wanting me.
Fuck with face.
On the real.
We mad. Why you still mad about that? Why you still like, oh shit. Oh my God. Nancy. Come here, man. What's up with you, bro? Tell me who did it? Wow, bro. Tell me who did it?
Lansky texting mail from fucking wall. I walk and move, and I got no arms. Got no arms. Lansky texting mail from the wall. Lansky versus on the wall. Lansky, AK President, know that you not okay. Are you losing to humans in material shape? Goddamn, you arguing with bows and shit. She slapped you up and then the wall had her back, nigga. I'm glad Queens flip them your demise, nigga. That new studio that you in is garbage. Your logo look darker than you practice. AK Present, respond to this. Lansky texting mail from fucking wall. I walk and move, and I got no arms. Got no Lansky texting mail from the wall. Lansky versus on the wall.
Tell me who did it? Wow, bro. He's still mad about face. Why you still... Let that face shit go, Alinsky. Ooh. Ooh. So who did that? His nose bleeding. His nose bleeding. So who did? He come back.
All about business. Big business. You don't need to. You probably won't have one, and you're crying.
Why you crying for, bro?
It wouldn't matter. I don't need your show.
Let me put it there. Why you crying for, bro?
Because as soon as I put my costume on and walk around the street, you gonna be dead. You're gonna be a struggling part.
You will never get to television.
Anybody?
Lancey's calm down. So who did?
You want to come outside?
Yo,
shoot it.
What the fuck? Yo, Bubba, chill. What y'all doing? Bubba, stop. Hey, don't pull from me.
He know my vibe.
Don't pull from me. So who did? Don't pull from me. Stop. Relax. Why you challenging a girl to fight? You want to shoot one-on-one, Bubba?
He's challenging
So who did?
wrong one.
No, hold on.
He's challenging the wrong one, Flip. He don't know me.
You want to shoot one-on-one with Bubs?
Yo, nigga.
Yo, chill, knock you out, bro.
I will knock you.
They would have beat.
They would have did nothing because they were on my side. They were on my side, shaking their head because you was talking. But every time I talk, they shook their head yes. But now that you all my fucking kids, I'm a box your shit.
So who did?
I'm a box your
Bubba,
shit. You don't even know.
I want them to take it there.
Moonlight. This is what racists do. This is the new era of racism. I need that racism. I like it. If that's racist, let me get more of that.
African Americans built this nation. You were such a massive part of it.
Hold up. Take it there.
Moonlight.
Here's a story about a man.
King face.
A simple man.
King face.
A man with a dream.
King face.
To do the world some good. Here's a story for rich and poor.
King face.
For young and for old.
King face.
About a man from the hood. Trying to do the world some good. Here's a story about a man.
King face.
An everyday man.
King face.
A man with a dream. To be the head of
Hello, King face. Once again, you still enjoying Prezi food on that? I see you have no response yet. But respond to my show, then delete it. Cause you know Prezi is a threat. Then you say white people love you more. Man, the milkman, they love him more. That nigga forgot about Queen's Club. You buying fake cars and shit. What would you do for community? I know Roddy would.
I need that racism.
There's a AKA with a record and name that way.
African Americans built this nation. You were such a massive part of it.
You know Doogie Bob Moore? Yeah, he called up one time. He always in the comment section. What about him? Yeah, I don't fuck with him, man. Okay. I don't fuck with him. Uh-oh. I seen him in the chat the other day talking shit. No, okay. I wasn't on it thinking I wasn't going to see.
Doogie, your music drops, man. The shit sound like your fucking name. Shit is Doogie, man. Give it up for Doogie, man. Doogie, man, yes, Doogie, man. That record is Doogie, man. You can't compare to AKA with a record and name that way. You not on this level. I see you and main milkman comes loose. You can't fuck with me no way. Your music sound like it's for an old lady. It feel like back in the 70s. It feel like it's for Red coming home. You need to switch it up, get some new shit. AKA present, killed another nigga.
Nigga, Doogie 54 is a rapper too, nigga. I got some music that I play on the platform on my show with him and shit like that. So he might come back with an official track.
Doogie, your music trash, man. The shit sound like your fucking name. Shit is Doogie, man. Give it up for Doogie, man. Doogie, man, yes, Doogie, man. That record is Doogie, man. You can't compare to AKA with a record and name that way.
Play it right now. Hold on. Now you about to let me plug this shit. Hold on, here we go. This nigga shit at. Open my iTunes. Here we go right here. Tell me if this shit is ass or this shit is on fire. Let me know.
All right, y'all. Sorry.
Look, it's a trip.
fucking microphone when I act like a bitch. Look at me over here, son.
Thanks, bro, man. My internet's just acting like a bitch right now, bro.
Jesus fuck, man. My mic just does not want to stand still, man.
You might need to tighten the nuts that it's hanging from, bro.
That's what I'm trying to, man. And I tried to. That's why I just played like 3 songs in a row trying to get this shit right, man. It'd be all right. It'd be all right, man. It would be all right. Hey, man, like I said, the game, did you ever get it back to work for you, man?
Well, the thing is, though, we've got him on Hangouts, and I'm trying to grab his attention if he's still here.
Oh, yeah, we do have him on the Hangouts, don't we?
Yeah, because I could have just called up on the Hangouts, bro. We'll see if he replies, bro. We'll see if he replies, bro.
Yeah, we definitely will, man. So you said that you wanted to take the conversation to the right, man. It's all yours, man. Steer this ship. Talk to me, bro.
Bro, with my background, seeing the differences in the cultural acceptance of Eastern music within, for instance, hip-hop, bro, yeah?
Yep.
I'm very proud to say it was lovely seeing that, bro. You know, the marriage between it. Because there's a song in mind that I've got, bro, right? What I know was absolutely heavy because of who it was produced by, bro. But what I want to ask you before that is, what is your early influences of, for instance, of hearing music that was influenced by the Eastern culture, bro? It doesn't have to be necessarily hip-hop, bro. It could be any type of genre.
When you say Eastern, forgive my ignorance, but when you say Eastern,
no problem, bro. Anything besides everywhere besides Europe, in the whole United States, bro. As in, I include Canada, Alaska, North and South, bro. So everywhere else in the world. Hearing those type of vibes, those type of influences and things, bro.
I would easily, because of my background, especially of my upbringing, I would have to say reggae. For sure. I'd have to say reggae. Bob Marley, the Wailers, Eki Mouse,
right.
Beanie Man, a whole lot of other Jamaican artists, man. They really, honestly, if I didn't know so much about hip hop and rap and everything, man, I would be a reggae person till the day that I die, man. I could sit there, smoke my blunt, listen to jamming. And
educational purposes only.
Educational purposes only, but I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is completely educational, man. That to me, that sounds like a way to go right there. Me with a spliff, listening to Bob Marley jamming. If God wanted to take me there right now, I'd be happy then, because that's it for me. Bob Marley jamming. If it wasn't
for hip hop, bro, if it wasn't for hip hop, I wouldn't necessarily know about reggae, bro. Because besides the artists I know now, the only one I've really heard was Bob Marley, bro. Rest his soul.
Really?
Right, bro. I'm going to call you back on Google, bro.
Okay, no problem, man.
Okay, give me 2 minutes, please,
yeah, bro. No problem. We're trying to get the game on here, man. We're definitely trying to get the game on here. So, so when we get the game on here, we're definitely going to be able to have a real good hip hop conversation, man. Because you guys got to remember, man, this hip hop, this goes across the world. I'm in USA. Sub is in the UK. Hip hop is worldwide. Let me answer this real quick. Hang on, y'all. So the game. So are you unable, because just to let y'all know, I got y'all on speakerphone because y'all are live right now. You're unable to get on the StreamYards game?
Yeah, I ain't never set nothing up. I ain't never have no account or nothing. So it's like,
is it actually asking you to set up an account the game?
Yeah.
Oh God, see, when I use it, it doesn't.
Yeah, it shouldn't have to.
I think it depends on what forum I'm on too. It's part of two different systems, but it's like the YouTube on my phone is an app. It's not coming straight off the computer. You know, the computer YouTube is different from an app YouTube.
It is, bro, but the same things is, bro. If you're using web links, this should work automatically, bro. But sometimes I think with like with me being in the UK, you know, certain content for us is censored, bro. But certain websites we can get on where you need to sign up for, etc. Because every time I've used StreamYard, all I've had to do is it comes up saying mobile experiment. Click continue. It takes us up to the page where you sign in for it. I switch my camera off and boom, I'm on. I've never needed to sign up.
But hey man, if you can't get on, bro, I mean that's cool, man. But I want to get your opinion game as far as your greatest artists of all time, as far as artists goes. Who will be some of your favorites? You don't gotta name them, you don't even gotta like rank them, but who will be some of your favorite artists of your lifetime?
Artists, well, that varies, man. That's all over the place because I listen to quite a bit. Well, that varies, I mean, I wouldn't say rock, but I would say disco, anything like that. I would say Bee Gees, anything along that line.
Oh wow, bro, that's memories for me seeing the Bee Gees.
Hip hop, everybody from the old school, but more current, up to date, I would have to still say C Murder. Very old story.
I agree with you on that, the game. I completely agree with you on that, the game. But the game, could I just ask as well, bro, with you being my elder, please, could you define your section of hip-hop that you listen to is old school, please? Because a lot of people would consider, like myself, bro, like, you know, bro, I started in the early 90s. I would say that to present is old school to me, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's considered old school to me too, except my old school goes back a little bit further, to 83, 84. Only because I knew I was like 5, 6. Planet Rock was like the #1 song on the radio. Like I was saying the other day, rapping Duke the Hall.
What, bro? Even though I heard that track for the first time when we were having that conversation, bro, the value of that track, bro, you can see a lot of things have spawned from that track, bro. As in, like, the comedic value, because, like I said to you in a message, bro, I'm not going to lie, for a song from 1986, he was talking about gangsterism, bro, to the way that he did. When he was saying about stepping up to Curtis Blow and over people like that, I'm sitting there like, geez, this is the biggest
Curtis Blow
that I've actually heard. Do you know what I mean, the game? Because like I told you, and as I stated before, 1984 to 1989, I was born in 84 and just grown up, but when I come back to research hip-hop, that's my gap. I know everything else except for them 5 years.
Oh, yeah, you missed
Curtis Blow, man. They was not trying to hide it, were they? They wanted to be up front with it. Curtis Blow.
The track, the message. What was that on? Belly Mel and the crew and stuff. The message, that was another good track.
Yep.
It was a lot during that era that kind of skipped over there.
And can I ask you a question, Game? Since you being our eldest, and I say that with 100% respect, can you talk about the influence? Because I feel like the man that I'm about to say is one of, if not the most underrated rapper in the history of music. Can you please speak on the impact that Big Daddy Kane had in his heyday?
Oh, man, we wouldn't have no Jay-Z right now.
There it is.
Lord have mercy. Thank you. Someone agrees with me as well. Thank you, the game.
I mean, I remember the interview from way back then. That was like a whole Rap City interview when he first introduced us. That was like 89 or so.
That was during the Jazzo period, wasn't it, bro?
Yeah, he was wearing Hawaiian shirts and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I know which interview you mean, bro. I managed to find that on YouTube, bro. I know exactly which interview you mean. Wow.
Yeah.
Because I listen.
Okay. Sorry to cut you off, Jordan.
No, you fine.
I've got Jay-Z up on the plate, bro, yeah? I've got to ask, bro. since we've got Jay-Z topic of discussion at the moment, I'm not a big fan of his, but I've been very interested within his history within hip hop, bro. Right. The very first time I ever heard Jay-Z was on Big L's The Graveyard from Big L's first album, bro. Right?
Run DMC mentioned him in 1988 before he was even relevant. Because I guess he was styling and profiling, stealing all the girls, and you know what I'm saying? And they had
basically, yeah.
Which, matter of fact, it was on one of their famous tracks and stuff. They started off with it. They was talking shit about Jay-Z.
Gee, see, I did not know that, bro.
Yeah, like I said, between 84 and 89, it's quite
I understand certain elements of it, bro, like I was saying, though, because I understand, I watched The Freshest Kids within the last couple of days, bro, and it's piecing little bits together, but what I will say is props to QD3 for putting that documentary out, bro, because you were right about it, it is connecting a lot of dots for me, bro, but what I would like to see is what I love about that era, because I've always had friends, like I was stating to Jordan before, within breakdancing as well, bro. So I understood it, but I never understood where it came from. And having those little bits, like we were discussing, like where hip hop was coming from and things like this, bro, it's great to see, right, that breakdancing, to me, is probably the reason that I would see hip hop was going to go worldwide back in the day, bro. Because when I look back over it, bro, especially from viewing The Freshest Kids, bro, I'm like, hold on a second, yeah? I understand about Run DMC coming with the Kangol and the no shoelaces, right? I understand about LL when he had the big gold chain on the bad cover. Do you know what I mean? What I wanted to know from that part is where that came from. And I feel as if the culture of break dancing is where a lot of stuff for urban clothing, and what I mean by urban clothing is stuff that like is urban streetwear. I would say breakdancing created that genre of clothing.
Well, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it was really, of course, it was the DJs who was spinning the records, right, and playing the records. But if the break dancers wasn't feeling it, it ain't really pop like the ones that the break dancers was going crazy to. If I'm not mistaken, they really.
Even if it didn't fit, we was gonna make it fit.
Ah, see, that's a different. Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's exactly what I was just about to ask. Remember as well, we were talking about Dr. Dre in the Worldwide Wrecking Crew, bro, yeah? Was it popular back then, bro, around 85 to 89 to have remixes like that, what Dr. Dre started off doing? Within the scenes as well, because of the statement you've just made, bro. If it's not popping, we're going to make it pop. Do you know what I mean?
At that time, everything was a remix because we were stealing from a generation that was before us.
Disco, right?
You know, disco, soul, R&B. Most of hip hop came from James Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Which color?
Agreed.
Which color? And he even said that he has a hip hop album, 2 hip hop albums, like between 85 and 87. Everybody forgets about James Brown hip hop albums, and they was fly.
Right.
Especially if you don't understand them, it's going to be the flyest thing you ever heard with James Brown, because that was one thing I loved about him. I didn't necessarily have to understand what he was saying to enjoy his music.
At that time, he felt that we stole from him, so he's going to come and get some of what we got.
Can't blame him too tough for that.
When you look up the songs like I'm Real by James Brown, James Brown Static was classic because he was telling hip hop, you don't want none, it won't be no static, as far as you don't want no beef with him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was getting in on the hip hop running in the 80s.
So could I ask you the game, yeah, with you saying that, yeah? When did rap battles start to become more relevant within the 80s, bro? Because when I was growing up, I always had a fascination, especially when I used to listen to Tim Westwood on Radio 1 out here when I was growing up, with the freestyles, bro. But also what I learned from the freestyles was where battle rap can come into it or not into it, bro. What I would like to know is, bro, what's the big hype or serious things? Because yes, I know about all the famous ones, bro. Like what's her name? Roxanne Shante, the BPD, the Juice Crew, all of that stuff, bro. Do you know what I mean? But was there anything else prior to them with that sort of thing, or was that around the time when it started bubbling and they started creating those types of tracks?
No, actually it was before that. Hip hop goes back into like 77, 78. And this the first wave. What we're seeing is the second wave. When you start to see The Message, Rappers Delight, and stuff like that. That was like the second wave of hip hop. Right. The first wave was very, very small. It was very small. It was overran really by disco and stuff like that. And I believe that was 75. Right. But when hip hop came back out the second time with the dancing, as far as I still don't know how we even came with the concept of break dancing. As far as like I was telling you in the Witch Call in the message, it's like we're doing something like 80s and seeing a ritual and people that's us that we never was people on cameras in the late 70s. All of a sudden, as soon as we start hearing these drums in a certain rhythm, it automatically connected us to the ground and we just started moving.
Mike from Boston, what's good? I see you in the channel. I see you in there. What's going on with you? Continue. Good evening, Mike. My bad, game. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Mike? But yeah, that's basically what I was telling you in the message. It's like when the breakdancing came in, it's like, I believe, yeah, it was the second wave. And it's like, how did we end up getting these movements? We got these movements by nature of the rhythm. Because we'd never seen no Africans or nothing like that. They cultural war dance or nothing like that on video. We didn't have the correct. Yeah. That's how we knew we had something special when those drums started going off, and we just automatically adapted to it.
If you fellas look on either the YouTube or sub, if you look on the StreamYards, either one, I'm playing some old school videos right now, some breakdancing, man. And yeah, I'm not playing the music for copyrights, but yeah, the movements, the you could just see the smile on their face. It's just like they're about to express themselves in a way that none too many people can do, and it's crazy.
But Jordan, when you look up African culture, Jordan, this is what we call ritual war dancing.
Right, because I understand what you're saying, the game, from a Middle Eastern point of view as well.
Yeah.
Right. See, that makes a lot more sense to why breakdancing, well, not even breakdancing, but with a lot of dancing anyway, though. Because to me, I would say a lot of dances wouldn't exist if it wasn't for breakdancing.
That makes a whole lot of sense. And remember, and I know I'm a little younger, but do y'all remember when Chris Brown first hit the scene? Yes, I do, bro, because I liked him at that time. Right. After that, I didn't. And see, there you go. Remember when he brought with him crumping?
What was an old school dance, if I remember rightly?
That's what I was getting at. I was like, I know I seen this shit from somewhere, but here comes this new cat doing this crumping thing, and I'm like, it's history once again repeating itself. And what you say, Game, was spot on about African traditions and African dances and whatnot, and even some old school Indian tribes, right? Wouldn't they have little, feet movements?
Everything, Jordan, everything, though, because even in wars from history, what I understand, Middle Eastern people used to do a dance or a ritual or something. It may not be in the form of dance or something, but I'm trying to think where the Rock is from.
The Rock. He's from Hawaii. He's from Hawaii. He was born in Florida, but he's Samoan.
Samoan, that's it, bro. Like the stuff like that, bro. I've always known that through history. Do Do you know what I mean? But to see it in this art form, bro, and what it's done.
Yeah. That might be the next video I show. It's just like a Samoan. Because you're right. There's a whole lot of similarity when they go into their little Samoan ritual. And it's amazing, man. It's amazing. It's amazing, man.
And a lot of these dances also came from slaves practicing
for educational purposes only.
Thank you, Sab.
Yeah. As far as prisoners of war having a way to practice their moves and stuff for combat. You know what I'm saying? This was another way to disguise it from the how can I say massa.
Educational purposes only. I say I can understand that though the game. Right?
No, I get it. I get it.
Because with my knowledge of understanding with like earlier hip hop, bro, before it started going mainstream, even within the 90s, bro, I realized hip hop was a message to say, for instance, to different hoods, different categories of people and things like that. That was a message, bro.
Right. I'm sorry, y'all. I can keep smoking, man. Y'all can keep smoking. Y'all can keep talking. I'm gonna be smoking over here, but yeah, I definitely get it. Matter of fact, let me put this out because y'all get into some stuff. Y'all about to make me get real spiritual in here. Because you're right, guys. Like you're absolutely right, man. And so let me ask you, fellas. So do you think that dancing, just dancing in general, do you think that has a big part to play as far as music's success?
Yes. In my opinion, sorry, I'm 50-50 with it, yeah? In my opinion, as a music producer, yes. My opinion as a fan, 50-50.
I would say 100% completely, as far as hip-hop goes.
The game.
Yeah.
You obviously understand the rhythm of life, yeah?
Say that one more time.
When it comes, you obviously understand the rhythm of life through music, yeah? Yeah, bro, me and you are on the same page. That's what I was saying about the 50-50, bro, on a fan point of view.
Cool.
Right.
I would say just for this genre of music, I would say it was 100%. Only because I was born in New York, Queens, New York. You know what I'm saying? I was up there around that time of when it all was birthing. I'm a baby of 77. So 83, 84, 85, I'm right there in the heart of it. So it was like I was seeing, even as a little kid, you can see the kids on the corner and stuff that we call gang members now. Breakdancing. You know?
Yeah. I can see that.
That's the start of most New York street gangs right now with the breakdancers. When they took them off the streets because they couldn't break dance on the side of the streets and they couldn't do this and do that, they ended up resorting to something else. From my history, and I still have tons of cousins still up there. That's from what I know of it.
What they say, you got to be a B-boy, an MC, or a DJ, huh?
Yep.
That's what they said?
And the other two elements, well, one of the main elements I also look at as well as graffiti. And one of the other ones I look at is lyricism. 5 of them, that's my 5 elements of hip-hop, with the 3 that you said.
Yeah, we're definitely missing that nowadays.
Bro, you know what it is? Jordan, I'm very sorry, I may upset you. Educational purposes only.
Yeah, talk to me.
The game. I can have this conversation with you, bro, because you've been through one more generation of hip-hop to what I have. But from the way I was brought up, bro, right? The one thing I really miss is a simply rhymed set of 16 bars that is spat like a Diamond D style, the game, or an old DITC. Do you know what I mean, bro? The whole tragedy way, the whole nature, the whole way, as you said, you're from Queens, bro, because what I will always salute to hip-hop is this. The abundance of hip-hop artists that arose from Queens in the 1990s, I have never seen done again anywhere in the world. And when I'm saying from the 90s, that was when I started hearing New York hip-hop. But when I've looked back, just knowing the existence of Queens in New York for hip-hop, it has born some possibly the best New York hip-hop I have ever heard.
They're responsible for one of the greatest battles of hip-hop, Queensbridge versus the South Bronx.
Yeah.
In the mid-'80s. You had MC Shan, and I believe he was part of the Juice Crew, versus KRS-One and Boogie Down Productions.
Was that when The Bridge originally came out, if I remember rightly?
Who was that?
If I remember rightly, bro, is that when The Bridge came out?
Yes.
Yep, I know what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah, all that was Queensbridge, but even before that, you still have to look at the Kango Kids, which was a UK guy, Slick Rick. You know what I'm saying? Dana Dane, Dougie Fresh. That was the Kango Kids right there. That was a.
I didn't know that about Slick
I'm getting the history lesson right now. I'm sitting back listening. Please continue.
Rick is to say most underrated UK hip hopper ever, my opinion.
Slick Rick and Dana Dane has very similar styles. Truthfully, they should be in the Hall of Fame for storytelling. Both of them.
That's what I was going to say. Slick Rick is from England, isn't he?
Yeah.
He was born originally out here in the UK, but moved over to New York. I think, if I remember rightly, his father got a job out in New York, and they moved over.
That makes sense. I never knew that for sure, but that makes sense. I'm sorry. Continue, y'all.
Yeah, and see, all of them was part of a crew called the Kango Kids. I believe they made Lottie Dottie. Lottie Dottie was made by Slick Rick, Dana Dane, and Dougie Fresh.
The sample that Snoop Dogg made famous on his Doggy Style album.
Yeah, that was like, that came out 12, 13 years before that originated.
So are we talking early 80s here?
Mid-'80s, like 80,
Mid-'80s.
85, Lottie Dottie. Yeah.
Wow. So can I ask, bro, because one of my favorite ever Slick Rick songs is Children's Story, bro. When did that get released?
I believe that was like 88, 89. Somewhere along that line. In between 87 and 89. I can't pinpoint it exactly, but it's been around forever.
Can I ask you a question, Dane? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I'm interviewing you right now, man. Salute to you. I really want to thank you for bringing on, man, for coming on, man. I really feel like I'm interviewing you because I'm learning so much, right? So my question to you is that I look through time, whether it been from the 70s with the breakdancing and the disco, to the 80s with the pop and whatnot, even to the 90s where, we was talking about, pushing this stuff and whatnot. When did it get to a point where it felt like New York artists just did not want to work with each other? Because it seemed like there was this unity, and then it seems like something occurred where it was just like it was a New York rapper versus a New York rapper. Do you have any insight as to why that might have been?
I think to me, it looked like when Pop got shot the first time. Anything before that, I mean, we've seen little breakups and stuff, EPMD breaking up, or, you know what I'm saying? They might patch things back together, so that ain't really a breakup. It's called, it was a lot of little small breakups, but no beef.
Right.
If it was beef, it was on record. They're gonna be talking shit back and forth on records. It was nobody going to see nobody pulling jumping out the bushes. Nothing like that. And I could be mistaken, because then we did have a genre of hip hop at that time that most of us didn't know that was growing in other areas, down south in the West Coast. And they live by a totally different law. So,
right.
I'll tell you something.
And I was gonna say, Not because I was. No, go ahead, Sub.
Sorry. Sorry to interrupt you, the game, but that's what I noticed between the different sides, bro, with hip hop. Like the how do I say, the vulgarness of certain ways that tracks were coming. Do you know what I mean? Like how the South and the West, bro, because I wasn't very clued up on those because I grew up on the early 90s boom bap, bro, yeah? What was, as you know, probably some of the greatest hip-hop that ever came out and spawned some of the biggest stars that we've ever known. And for one of them is Nas. I'll use that as the example. Seeing those different types, bro, because, for instance, out here, bro, yous have had more exposure to hip-hop because of obviously the radios and things, and obviously being in the different cities and the way the hustle game was for the CDs and stuff, bro. Out here, we were secluded from all that. Yeah. So when the internet started, bro, I was ordering 20, 30, 40 CDs at a time.
Yeah.
Because out here, for instance, I'll see it in pounds and I'll give it a rough estimate in dollars for you guys, right? For instance, for us to import a CD, this was back in the 90s into the 2000s, it could be anywhere up to £20, what's about maybe $25 to $30, right?
Right.
For instance, Nirvana, Nevermind, classic album, love it from childhood, right? There is a version that's come out from Japan, what was a 24-karat gold disc, right? That would cost $80 to $120 to import. And I always thought, why? Do you know what I mean? Why would music, never mind just hip-hop, would do that sort of thing? But then I realised, bro, do you know what I mean? The way the artists are, because obviously, like I said to you, Jordan, before, so many different things have created hip-hop, or different genres, bro. But what I found is, every genre, except for hip-hop, would be played. There was one, maybe two shows on the radio every week. And that was it.
See, and this is where I have to ask the game again. I have to ask you another question, my brother, because you seem to have you're very knowledgeable specifically about New York, which is, let's be honest, that's the birthplace, right? So to my generation, and again, 90s kids and up, remember Sub, who I told you was really my introduction to contemporary rap, was Ja Rule and 50 Cent, right?
Yeah.
When
sorry to cut you off, Jordan. The game I did exactly the same.
Yeah, he laughed too. He laughed too. But that was my beginning to a. That was just the beginning until I learned more. What I'm trying to get at is what. Right. What I'm getting at is the game where you said earlier it was the first time Pac got shot that it could be argued is where the divide came. Where are we getting it wrong? Us, my generation, where are we getting it wrong in thinking it was the Ja Rule and 50 Cent beef that started the divide between New York artists?
I guess because of the how the radio stations and everything control the music. If they're not playing a certain era and only feeding you the most popular, no education of the old school. Because even when I was coming up, we could be listening to R&B channel and they be throwing the old classics in. They do it every now and again, but it's an irrelevant track of somebody who really didn't make a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't really say.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you, game. I think you just said it honestly, because even though I was pretty much raised in North Carolina, I pretty much went to school in North Carolina. I was in New York every single break, every single opportunity I could get, and I remember Ja Rule was not getting played in New York like 50 Cent. Ja Rule had a time where Ja Rule was running New York City radio, Sub, and then at a switch of a dime, it was 50 Cent and Ja Rule, dog.
That beef dropped the ball. The game, I completely agree. I'm not being funny, right?
New York City, man.
I'm not being funny. Eminem single-handedly crucified Ja Rule. And I'm not saying it because I'm an actual Eminem fan, but when I look back over beefs, no disrespect, but Ja Rule got his ass handed to him for educational purposes only.
Hey, sir, man, New York City was done when Young Jock made the whole New York City go down in the club, man.
Oh, man.
Oh,
man.
We get onto that era, bro. Could I put my 2 pence in to you, Jordan, to where I think what may have started a lot of divide within New York as well, bro? Because I've got a different aspect and look to it as well.
Talk about it.
I agree with the game when it comes down to Tupac, but what I really think started off beef within New York to take it to the next extreme was when the Dog Pound dropped New York. Because again, when I've been looking at battle raps, freestyle raps, bro, there's a certain period, as the game has already clarified for us, where it was non-existent. And I mean non-existent. And that was, to me, the early 90s. As soon as that come out, to me, there was a lot more beefs being relevant, the way it was starting to be portrayed out.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
The game, could I ask your opinion on that, bro?
Truthfully, that was the first time I ever seen New York speechless. As far as
for real, bro.
That death row situation. I mean, you just saw a big red tree stand up in your city. This dude is huge, yo.
Lord,
I was looking at the video. I was like, these niggas are speechless.
Because I think, because it's funny because, you know, Diddy will make you think that he came from a rough upbringing up in Harlem. But you right, man. It seemed like all that young, fly, flashy shit he was doing, them death row niggas was looking at him like, yeah, okay, that looked cute and everything in the videos, but like behind these cameras, it could be what it is. And you're kind of right.
I've got one sentence, and we're not going to get into the discussion of Buffy the Puff Slayer, right? What I will say is, go back and look at who his family is, go check who his father is, and then we'll have another discussion, because the game knows exactly what I'm talking about, but I'd rather not get into the conversation.
Talking about Puffy.
Buffy the Puff Slayer, as any Tupac fan would say, who was a diehard Tupac fan, as you know I am, bro, would call him. Yes, look at his family and go check out who his father is, and then we'll have a topic of discussion about him, bro.
Puff Daddy, I really wasn't too much of a fan of Puff Daddy. I mean, to me, he was too. I mean, I'm a little Pro J kid, man. You know what I'm saying? That was just a little bit too much dancing and shaking and wiggling. I mean, I'm on the wall with my arms folded, my hat tipped down. I don't know.
Again, I think me and you are the same type of person, bro. We're too busy scoping out two-stepping, bro. We know what's going on. He doesn't, bro. Do you know what I mean? Educational purposes.
I think, yeah, man. Looking at it from my perspective, man, it looks like he found his lane. He found a way to use these popular songs. These are not just songs that are just, you know, everyday old B-side vinyl tracks. These were songs that were on the radio, like Juicy Fruit. You got permission to use that.
Man,
flipped it.
P. Diddy was the feds, man.
I don't.
I'm gonna go all out the way.
Either that, bro, or either that, or he had the money to just pay these artists because he was using. Here's the thing: he was using radio hits from the '80s and making them hits in the '90s. Let's be honest.
Yeah, bro, but like
through that era.
Say that again.
Well, exactly.
We did that era way before he even that was like the end of the era when he did it. Because then, like Sub was saying, the Chronic came in, and Dr. Dre had started putting together beats in a totally different way than just a whole bunch of sampling.
Yeah, it was original.
Juicy was like the last, but it seemed like the more you look at the history and what happened, it looked like he was part of something bigger that's still going on right now. Because too many of those MCs, too many good MCs of New York got took out, and you only got one good MC left standing, really, which is Jigga. Something don't look right. If anybody know Big L a little bit better than Jigga.
Bro, can I just interject, bro? I think if Jigga didn't know Big L, he wouldn't have a career, bro.
True that too.
Because, bro, no disrespect to any DZ fan, because I'm not a fan of him, because when the beef between him and Nas, I was on Nas's side, because the first real New York artist I fell in love with, besides the Wu-Tang, was Nas's first album, Illmatic.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a classic.
Right, and anything between those two, I was already on a real lyricist side, not a parody for hip-hop, as I call it.
Did we cut out?
No, I'm still here. I'm listening to y'all.
Sorry, bro, Big L to me, bro, right, is the definition of hip-hop when it comes to lyricism, bro, because of who he came up under. Digging in the Crates, probably the biggest influence for 90s hip-hop, bro, in my eyes. For the underground scene, especially for the boom bap.
You said was
It's so many others that was overlooked. The Coogee raps.
Bro,
yeah.
I'm not being putty what I mean by that. If I didn't know who Digging in the Crates were, I wouldn't know about Fat Joe. I wouldn't know about Digging in the Crates. I wouldn't know about who else? Like Cormega, the Juice Crew, all of these lots, if it wasn't for Digging in the Crates, bro. Because my earliest remembrance of boom bap was two producers, DITC and DJ Premier.
Okay. But boom bap is the 80s though. Do you remember KRS-One Boom Bap, the original rap?
Yes, I do.
You know what I'm saying? That's the original rap. You know what I'm saying? So that Boom Bap is representing the 80s.
And that's a fun man. Yeah, that's crazy. And that's when I really realized Game and Sub where music really came full circle to me, right? Because again, my father was more into the classical music. Temptation, the Motown music, you know what I'm saying? The music like that, you know what I mean? Tell me why one of his favorite songs was Cruising by Smokey Robinson. Well, guess what? One of my favorite R&B artists is D'Angelo. One of the first songs that I got into as far as D'Angelo goes was Cruising. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? So it's like, you're right, man. Music, people have been borrowing each other, like musically for decades. It's just, as me and Sub was kind of saying before you got on, Game, we're kind of scared for how it's going to be in the future, man. How this music is going to sound. This music sound now is.
I always remember the hip hop. The hip hop was coming from a group of broke people. We couldn't afford. Matter of fact, we the ones who created the beat machine and the fader for the turntables. You know what I'm saying? In the hood, so we can prolong choruses and instrumental tracks and stuff, so we can keep adding stuff to it.
True.
So it's like, I forgot where I was going with that, man.
No, that's true. If I'm not mistaken,
just say no.
If I'm not mistaken, of Funkmaster Flex, Jesus Christ, please forgive me for saying that. Grandmaster Flash created the science into scratching as far as DJing goes, and what happens? Corporate America comes and Serato takes over. So, man,
we can never forget DJ Hurt. If it wouldn't be no Grandmaster Flash without DJ.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
he would admit that too.
That's from understanding turntablism, the game, because my sister is a turntablist, and I've done all my research on that, bro, as well.
No, I definitely agree with that. I mean, they definitely said that, like, her definitely gave the playlist that created the culture pretty much. Apache,
Yeah.
and all that other good stuff.
He was the first person that made us go to the ground and start breakdancing.
Word.
You know what the hell we were doing? We just started doing it. Like they said, somebody went to the floor and never came back up.
So right. so you know what? So how about this, man? How about we continue we talk about the kingdoms, because we already put respect on Herc's name, right? Then I just said Grandmaster Flash as far as scratching and mixing, and that was a whole thing, right? But I want to talk about a controversial one. I want to talk about Mr. Africa Bambaataa, because if you've watched The Get Down on Netflix, have you seen The Get Down on Netflix?
No, I really don't entertain too many
Understood.
Movies. I'm more a history buff.
Understood. I respect that. In The Get Down, I respect that.
I'm like the same as well. I'm more of a history buff, though.
Right.
I don't really care.
I
Like
definitely
I was
do.
saying about Michael Jackson.
Luminigo, what's going on, Luminigo? How you doing, man? Salute to you. Appreciate you joining in. I got Sub and I got Game on the line, man. We talking the history of hip hop.
What's happening, my brother?
Salute, man. Salute. So I gotta ask you about the impact that African Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation had on hip hop, because I'm told that there was a lot of respect given to those Zulus, including African Bambaataa. Can you speak to me at least a little bit of your knowledge on that for me?
As far as what I know, the West Coast gravitated to him a little bit more than I knew the East Coast did, even though he's from New York City. But as far as the music coming along to be, that was like the start of the rebirth of the pop lock, and then the stuff like that. They was using a lot of his rhythms.
Because that, if I'm not mistaken, Game, correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me I'm bullshitting, but Planet Rock was kind of revolutionary for its time. Am I wrong?
That was the track, man. That was the track. I was like first grade then, man. That track was, you could hear it going down the street, man. The first booming system was in the car.
I was told that was a revolutionary track at the time. We got, who's this? Flashlight Forever. We're gonna see who this is right now. Hey, who this be?
This is Luminegro, my boy. What's good?
Luminegro, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Hey, Luminegro, here's the thing, bro. We got a problem here, right?
No, what happened, Jordan? I'll add him. Give me 2 minutes, bro. Let me see if I can add him. I've got him on Hangouts.
Luminegro, this is what we're gonna do, bro. Sub is gonna send you an invite on the Hangouts, so you could talk to us. You can still talk to me as well, and we'll just relate through there, all right? Because they can't hear you when you're talking.
Ain't no smooth.
Hey,
all right.
If you go check right now, bro, I've sent you a group invite. Just join into the call, and you should just come up straight away, bro, because I've added you to the group, bro.
You heard that?
I got you.
All right, brother. So yeah, join that, man. We can talk some more hip hop, man. Appreciate the Luminegro coming in the room, man, trying to talk that hip hop talk, man. Really, really appreciate that.
I'm enjoying this though, because just to say to the viewers who may be watching in the future for this video, this is 30 years of generation of hip hop that we are technically discussing between three people, because we have three different generations of listeners of hip hop. And I'll
pretty much
the game. I respect the knowledge, brother. Do you know what I mean? I really do.
I can only tell you what I lived through and what I've seen, and a little bit of studying.
Pretty much, man. Like, y'all gotta understand, man. Like, go ahead.
I did have about 5-6 tubs of cassette tapes, man, from the childhood days.
I'm just, man, when it comes to music, bro, I really consider myself a student of it, man. I think I will never be able to quite understand music theory, but I will always be able to at least appreciate music enough to at least try to play it and try to teach the next generation at least a little something about the funk and the good shit that was going on here. Like, this shit now gotta stop, man. All this drug talk.
I don't know what this crap is.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Rapping at a high pitch, pants too tight. I don't know, boy. They don't say it like they mean it. I don't know.
They just don't.
From a different area.
The game, you've just took it out my mouth, though. They're not saying it like they mean it, though, because, for instance, one of the main things I loved about 90s lyricism and lyrical content was the realism of it. When I go back now and listen to 90s guys, right, I still find stuff, bro, on Spotify that I've never heard from the 90s, right? And I love how I'm coming across different things. What's up, family? How you doing, man?
Y'all can hear me?
Hear you loud and clear, brother.
How you doing, bro? Everybody salute me. Welcome to the panel.
Luminegro in the building. Salute to Luminegro in the building. We just having a hip hop discussion, man. We talking about the history of hip hop, man. We got about 3 generations right now of music heads, man. We just trying to get the history going on, man. Talk to us.
I mean, how I came into it, I remember funk. You feel me? I remember just the instrumentals. You feel me? With them getting down. You feel me? Like I remember that. Like my cousin taught us how to play the guitar off of YouTube. You feel me? But like
that's talent.
When he was doing that, he was listening to rock and stuff, and I used to be like, you know, why you doing that? Why you doing that? But I ain't understand, you know, that was him. You feel me? But I miss Outkast. I miss, you feel me? I miss stuff like Outkast, B.O.B. You feel me? Dungeon Family, CeeLo Green, you know, stuff like that.
Right.
Stuff that not none of this poisonous rap. I'm talking about empowerment rap. You feel me? It's a difference. You feel me? The generation now, they feel like they done took it. They done took the music and weaponized it. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's a good way, man.
Lumi, could I just say, bro? I just want to speak on something that you just said, bro. Yeah.
Go ahead.
When I first started getting into Southern hip hop, right? Outkast's first album played a heavy influence on me understanding the difference between the East, West, and the South, bro.
Right.
And what I noticed was, bro, nobody speaks on Goody Mob's Soul Food album. It should be up there in anybody's. If you from, especially if you like Atlanta hip hop, bro, right? Because I love all Southern hip hop from all the states, right? But for Defiant albums, nobody to me.
That's right.
Sorry, nobody to me has made such an impact being from the South, like Outkast did with the first 3 albums.
It was like the best of. It was the best. It was like they made you listen to them. You feel me? Regardless if y'all like them or not, they always had something to say. You feel me? They always was revolutionary, regardless if y'all was messing with Andre 3000 or not, because of how he was dressing. But he always made you think. You feel me? It was the best of both worlds. He gave you a preppy kid point of view, and then the street point of view, and then how they combined and came together. You feel me? Bro, it was you know, they gonna always be like one of my favorites. You feel me? One of my favorite songs from them is I got a couple. Matter of fact, damn,
talk about it.
A couple of them. I'm gonna say Aquemini, Elevators, and a couple other ones. I'm in my top 2. Aquemini and Elevators.
Man, I'll tell you something though, right, guys. I would like to ask audience opinion. When Aquemini dropped by Outkast, what was the impact for hip hop to see such, to me, a revolutionary album as that to come from the South to leave its mark within hip hop? Because the reason I'm saying this, because I want you to bear in mind, that album came out after the whole Tupac and Biggie situation,
right?
When everybody was trying to find that beat again, because I understood
it.
Right.
It's a Rush album only because I know a little bit more history of the hip hop. Because the South, to me, that was Outkast, Goony Mob. That's more like the second wave of the South, because it was a South before them.
I mean, but at the end of the day, they took the torch and made it better. You feel me? Yeah. Besides all the Pimp C's and the Bun B's, you feel me? We talking about Florida and Georgia. That's South. You feel me? That's South. You don't get no Souther than that. You feel me? So, like, what Outkast really made y'all understand was, okay, yeah, we got a voice too. You feel me? We want to be heard. So they kicked down the door. You feel me? I mean, that's just how I feel. Like
I can't get mad at that.
They gave the Southern folks, the people that ain't really had no voice, a voice. You understand what I'm saying?
I thought it was different from me. I was our guest was Booty Shaker. I remember the MC Shadis, and you know what I'm saying.
MC Shadis.
MC Shadi, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna punch up the Fred Sanford and all these songs and shit. This dude got a list of songs and shit. He was
my God, he does as well. He does as well. I know about MC Shadi because the game, if you went referencing him, my main love for hip hop came from Miami-based music because, as I stated before, the '95 South version of There It Is how I got into Southern hip hop when I look back to it because it was the first song I heard.
It goes back probably about 8-9 years before that.
You feel me? Like everybody got their own flavor and they add their own little ingredients to it. You feel me? Like music doesn't belong to nobody. You feel me? It's for everybody. So for everybody to say that, for somebody to say, okay, well, we started it. Man, well, really, all the slave masters, the slaves started that because really they was humming raps. Tell you the truth, they was humming raps, telling people putting people on beat about what was going on. You feel me? Come on, now, like that's where it started. It started in the slave field.
True, that's right. I think I said something like that on last show, like it started off with the hillbillies and shit way back in the day.
Slave field. If you feel me? If you disagree, I mean, you entitled to that, but I'm just saying that's facts.
So let me ask you a question then, Illuminigo. So let me ask you a question. Do you feel like the South, whether it be Georgia, Florida, Texas, do you feel like they definitely took advantage of what was going on up north with all the dissension and all the beefing?
Of course they took it and ran with it because now we all going against each other instead of us all coming together and putting something in the pot.
Yeah,
that's very, very, very true. But the game, to me, looking from an international point of view, inwards, the way I look at how the South to me had more bigger exposure was when DJ Screw hit Passport. When the whole chopped and screw thing, because I'll be honest, the game, as you'd seen, bro, I know about the South because I love Southern hip hop. So I went through the whole entire history.
I do too. I told you I was a Tommy Wright fan, man, back in '92.
I grew
up off of that, so like high school and shit like that. So
talking to him about how he paved the way and how he came in, like, bro, them boys went through a lot just to get heard. You feel me?
I heard the story about it, bro. I heard the story, bro.
One of them industry type of cats. You feel me? I gotta remember, Diddy was trying to get them on Diddy South, but they ain't signed. You feel me?
That's right.
The South had fine, but they really didn't get heard until about 96, 97.
Of course, but they heard it though. They still popping though. Regardless, they living legends. Regardless, they legends.
To me they are.
You get 8 Ball right now. Your views finna go through the roof right now. All real, just because you got 8 Ball on them.
I'll tell you something. If it wasn't really for hearing the suave stuff like 8 Ball, MGG, Tila, and all of that as well, bro, I wouldn't have been interested because the very first 8 Ball MGG album I heard was In My Lifetime Volume 1. And then to me, I actually hold that is a classic Southern hip hop album.
Oh yeah, to me they are.
I'm about to get up right now.
That's what's up.
All right, man. Well, you do your thing, man. I appreciate you.
I'll be back. How long y'all finna do this live?
I don't even know, man. I might continue this for a while. I don't know if something might get off, man, but I might continue this for a while, for real.
I'm chilling for a while, man.
I'll be up in like 30 minutes, so if y'all still on, I'll come back.
All right, man. Listen, I appreciate it, bro.
Ain't no smoke, man. Much love, much love.
Much love, man. Appreciate it. I'm gonna be honest with you. The first Southern song I remember getting in trouble listening to, right? I remember the first song I got in trouble listening to. I was just playing it because it was just so smooth, and it was just I was young. It was that sipping on some scissor, sipping on some Man, my dad heard listening to that on repeat. He said, "Oh no, did I know what syrup was? Hell no! I thought the motherfuckers was talking about pancakes in the bitch. I had no idea. I ain't know what promethazine was.
I think I was grown and I still didn't know what the hell that shit was.
I didn't know what syrup was. Thought we were talking about some pancakes. I thought the shit was dope.
From DJ Screw and how the whole like Southern culture was.
Yeah. As I got older.
The usage of lean. That's how I learned about it.
Yeah, DJ Screw, man. DJ Screw definitely one who should never be forgotten, man. For real, honestly. I just
in the past 20 years, and I'm going to say this to you, Jordan, yeah? And I'll say this to you, the game as well. Has anybody else created their own genre that still existed after nearly 20 years?
Rock.
No. I mean within hip-hop, because it's a hip-hop discussion. Within hip-hop, a subgenre of hip-hop, other than DJ Screw, right, who has created a genre of hip-hop that's still lasting the test of times. Because he died in November 2000, and next year is going to be 20 years.
I think Boom Bap's still around.
Let's see, that takes it back to Tommy Wright again. What is trap music? What is crunk music? There's nothing else before him.
What about Gangsta Pat then, the game? I thought Gangsta Pat played quite a big influence within crunk coming out from Atlanta.
I don't know what year. Around what year was that?
The early 90s. Because when I've looked back through crunk as well, because I love the crunk era of the late 90s and 2000s. When Little John was bringing everybody up and that new restyled era of it. But what I understood with it was like the gangster walk, educational purposes only, how that was involved with it, bro, and all the other things with it. But what if
anybody I'm overlooking?
I'm just thinking, man. I thought it was 3-6, but you know, y'all educating me.
Oh no. 3-6.
Oh my God, Jordan! If I was right beside you right now, I'd be pimp slapping you education.
Hey, my man, listen. Didn't I say that I'm over here with an educational, my guy?
3-6 Mafia. Oh my God, I love 3-6 Mafia for introducing me to
I think DJ Paul in the chat was with Tommy Wright when they first started out coming out of high school.
DJ Paul wasn't, bro. He was with the backyard posse, what turned into 666. Le Chat was with Tommy Wright, because if I remember rightly, from what I've understood was, you know, the era before Little Jack came about, bro, with Manson, yeah? Le Chat was working with him, because Le Chat, I think in 96 or 97, had her first album out, which was already featured on Tommy Wright's material.
Yeah.
Because it was Boss B, without saying her name, bro, but it was obviously in the Manson family as the female.
You're right. I'm trying to think of the track. I know the track too.
Y'all fucking educating me.
A lot about Memphis, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know what it was, but as soon as I caught on to that wave of 3-6 from the very first album I heard was World Domination Chapter Part 2. As soon as I got that album,
I'm a mute off real quick.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, no, but as soon as I got that album, it was like, what is this? Because it was a whole different side of the South I've never heard before, bro.
Shit, they damn near introduced me to the double cup. I didn't know what a double cup was until 3-6 started doing their thing. I only said 3-6 because when it came to that, like that Southern drug talk, that was my first introduction to it. Was
so
3-6.
Did you not know Master P before that then?
I knew Master P, make him say but I didn't know his underground music.
Yeah,
I knew his commercial.
Here's an interesting fact for you, bro. And if the game's listening, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But the first drug talked about hip hop song that went nationwide was Ghetto Dope by Master P, because it got released as a single.
You said the
not many people know. You know Ghetto D by Master P, the album?
Yeah.
The title song, Ghetto D, it was released as a promotional single with a video. And I think that was the first time mainstream had heard about the D game within hip hop on a nationwide level.
So this is why I wish the game was here to refute, man, because I might have been the case. Like I said, man, crisscross jump, man.
Underground bro, is a different situation.
I know.
It's been going on since
I know.
He's obviously talks like that though, but for mainstream, what I remember was, and from my research, Ghetto D by Master P was the very first in my eyes commercial trap song. Because he is right, there was a lot of other artists and other people claiming things though, like for instance, T.I. did not coin the word trap. From my understanding, it's slang from the South. What was used for generations.
I think so. I'm trying to look for some breakdancing moves right now. I think I played them before.
If you go to my
What's going on, game?
What's up, bro? The game.
Yep.
Did you hear anything that I just said before?
Yeah, I heard it.
Could you correct me if I'm wrong, bro? But was Master P's Ghetto D the song? Well, obviously came out as the video and the single, bro. Was that the first commercial drug reference song that went nationwide? Because I understand prior to that, with the sounds of New York and the way the underground is, there was obvious talk of it. But would you say, and this is what I say is my opinion, would you say Master P introduced the world to trap music per se? Is what it's coming to do?
No, because at the time it was still if it wasn't the trap was the crack house. So if we can take that back to NWA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We could take that back to Schoolie D. You know what I'm saying? The guys in the 80s were talking about the crack house and stuff like that. We just changed the name of the crack house to the trap house. That's all.
Right. So you would say that Tommy Wright is the creator, the founding father of trap music, bro? Or would you say he's one of them? Right.
He's one of them as far as my history of hip hop, and I was really, really deep, like spending my allowance every week in the record store.
I think every single musician or musical fan would say, regardless of genre, I know that feeling, bro. I know that feeling. I used to love it every week.
I mean, that was the first hardcore thing that I was hearing besides the Eazy-E. But at the time, Tommy Wright was sounding on the stereos that we had at that time. It was sounding like a whole bunch of garbage. It's like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? We really could. It was so muffled and mono, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Because of the equipment he was using and the time frame, things wasn't digital yet.
Yeah.
But I would say, yeah, he between him and NWA and a couple of other fellas, yeah, they was trapping way before trapping.
Man, oh man, like that's the sad history of hip hop, man. Like it does go back to that.
What do you think Ice Cube was at 6 in the morning?
Yeah.
They kicked in the doors of the crack house, man. The way of describing it was a whole lot different because it was very limited that you could say at a certain time frame. As the era came on and stuff, and Bill Cosby is salute to Bill Cosby and stuff as far as going up speaking for young black men to actually help them, you know what I'm saying, freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, 2 Live Crew was getting banned for their lyrics and all kind of stuff. And it was like, Bill Cosby was the main person that went out there and fought for us, him, Jesse Jackson, and a few others.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They told the nation that you can't stop these guys from speaking. You know what I'm saying? You have freedom of speech.
So let me ask you a question, right? So when it comes to Eazy-E, God rest his soul, right? Was Eazy-E the Prince-like producer, or the Diddy like producer, or is he a producer at all? Was he just more like a manager / star for the group?
I say manager / producer.
I'd say the same with the same with promotions as well. The game.
Because after a while he was the owner of Ruthless Records.
Right.
So he was doing so much other stuff. And he was just all over the place. But it was like he was just, at that time we didn't see it. But he just got his own cut when he just made his own album. As far as from the group, which had to break it up, and he was still getting the cut of that. Which look, they fucked up.
And that's why Eazy-E's one of his famous lines is, Dre, I'm still getting paid from you.
Yeah.
In Real Compton City G's, the diss song. Jordan.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
That's then, without him dying, who knows how far Bone Thugs would actually went. You know?
Oh my God. Bone Thugs is the reason I love Eazy-E, because if I did not ever hear the Creeping on the Come Up EP, the game, I would know nothing about Eazy-E, because I'm telling you something, right? I have owned that EP 21 times, and it's been stolen 20 times within my lifetime, bro. That's how precious that goddamn EP is to me, bro. Because one thing, and I want to get onto this while we're talking about Eazy-E, right? What I loved about Eazy-E's albums when they were getting put together, but anything he worked in, was how different it was to what was already coming out as well.
Yeah.
So he was a producer. Like, he would get in the studio and make beats.
No, I can't see him making the beats.
No, I
don't even think he wrote most of his rhymes.
No, MC Ren, was it MC Ren? Dresta from Dresta and BG Knockout. Dresta wrote all of Eazy-E rhymes, except for the few tracks that Ice Cube did.
Got you. Okay. See, I like learning about the old school, man, because like I look like looking back, you know, hindsight is 2020. People think back of Eazy-E as a really smart individual. Of course, they didn't, due to the way that he died, allegedly. But looking back, they say he was actually a smart man who was on his stuff, but his health just declined.
I mean, how he handled his business, how he got Ruthless Records. I mean, as far as danger, yeah, I mean, you have to see it that way.
Yeah, man.
Because the next foul move after that was No Limit. In my eyes, I didn't see no more independent as far as No Limit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to being in the music industry, as much as I love being like broadcasting and talking about it, almost like being like on the radio or whatnot, I would definitely like to play more of the Slim role in Cash Money. You don't never hear about Slim. Nobody talks about Slim unless Slim needs to be talked about. Slim is just in the background collecting his pay, collecting his money.
You talking about Soulja Slim?
No, I'm talking about Slim, Birdman's brother.
Oh, never heard of him.
Oh, you never heard of Slim, Birdman's brother?
No, I wasn't a Cash Money. I'm still a Cash Money.
Oh, game,
I'm
yeah.
still not even the game, neither am I with Cash Money though, because they had this couple of solid, decent albums, but for movement, I've got to sort of agree with the game.
No, but I'm just saying though. But I'm just saying, Cash Money, that was a 2-man operation. It was Birdman doing all the rapping and running his mouth, but it was Slim, his brother. You can look it up. Who was doing the business side of everything?
Bro, I know the story of Cash Money the same with No Limit, but let me tell you something though, yeah. One of the first big labels that started coming out of the South was Rap-A-Lot. J Prince set up a lot of these guys' paths for business businesses and labels within the South, bro. And when I look back at it, bro, right, for movements, and when I'm saying movements, bro, it's got to do substantial damage, right? After the creation of Rap-A-Lot, and then when Holocaust started coming around within Texas, right, for other regions as well starting to come around with their own style, like Louisiana, New Orleans, Atlanta. Do you know what I mean, bro? I would say during the time when Rap-A-Lot was coming up, yes, Organized Noise with Outkast was coming up, but then you had the flip side of New Orleans. But what I always like to refer to with Master P is the fact he had the West Coast influence with Richmond, with No Limit Records, bro.
Yeah.
So when I'm seeing the different sides of the South, bro, knowing, oh, hold on, it's just not like this just in New York, in LA, but like I was seeing how the beats are made, bro, from the South. It's live instrumentations more than computerized stuff. I love that naturalness within music, but what I would say is No Limit, probably in my eyes, has had a bigger impact on Southern hip-hop than maybe the likes of what you could see with Bad Boy for the East or Death Row for the West. I would say with the knowledge that P had gained with setting up how No Limit Records was set up, bro, because just a quick one for you, it was set up as a record store, but what P used to do was, as being an independent mom and pop store, he would allow artists to come in to sell his CDs. Everybody used to keep hollering at him, saying, oh, do this, do that, you should get into the music, and that's what he did, bro.
I really wish somebody... Go ahead, Name.
I love somebody out real big there as far as the South. You know what I'm saying? You brought up Texas, and really the South started. The South really changed with Texas, with the Ghetto Boys, and My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me in 1991.
Oh, yeah.
Completely agree, bro.
I love that song.
Even though I still had Tommy Wright and stuff, you know what I'm saying, as far as the South, but as far as commercial radio-wise, Scarface and the Ghetto Boys. And I think that was on for Jay Prince.
It was because
when you brought up Jay Prince, I thought about it. I was like, hold on, Ghetto Boys. Like I have a lot in my head. It's an encyclopedia in there, but sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you got to hit the switch on a couple of things. But no, bro, that's the way I look at it, bro. I think if it wasn't really for Jay Prince, just like with Russell Simmons, you know, when he started off Def Jam in the mid-80s, bro, to like, I would say Suge Knight with Death Row at the time, bro. It's those pillars that I think have lasted over the longest time, but what it's done is it's influenced so many different generations within the music genres as well, bro. Actually, right now, I think it's pushed under the rug, and that's the reason why a lot of these young guys don't have no respect for what they're doing. Awesome. I mean, this rap is garbage, man. I haven't listened to the radio, man, in almost 10 years. It's like, I can't take it.
Bless, bro, I'm the same. But bless, bro, I might listen to the radio now and then, but in fairness, forget the damn radio. Let's put it like that.
I listened to this one guy about 2 weeks ago. Can't think of his name. The song is Crunk Ain't Dead. It was like some track that just came across my YouTube. I played it. It was like, all right, now this is hot. You know what I'm saying? Young guy from Memphis and stuff.
Yeah.
Crunk Ain't Dead. The song, Crunk Ain't Dead, all right? So, but that was about it. Every once in a while, a track would hit. But Migos and all that stuff, man, it's like, I can't.
Hey, my
walking around too fucking shiny for me, man.
No, I'm with you, man. There's only one artist, man. Honestly, there's only one artist that I'd really give love to from the new generation, and that was XXXTentacion. I'll give him his respect from the music that I listened to from him. It was not bad. It was not bad. Other than that, man, I can't listen to a lot of this stuff, man. The Little Pumps of the world, and all this other shit. I can't do it.
I'm not saying a word because it's going to get very offensive, so I'm just going to take a sit back on this part. Okay. That's my opinion about it. I can't get into it, Jordan. I really can't. I'm too passionate for the elements of hip hop to just even consider what people would see as hip hop these days. I can't give my opinion because I will hurt so many people with it, bro. So I tend to just keep it to myself.
I'm guessing you don't like what I said about XXX.
No, bro. I will give Jews like Jews is giving, bro. You know what I'm like, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because what I will say is, bro, what I did like about XXXTentacion, Jesse Soul, right, was this. When I was growing up as well, bro, I used to listen to nu metal. Nu metal was a fusion of hip hop and rock music together.
Yeah, I think I heard of that.
Yeah, nu metal, Limp Bizkit.
The game, I'll give you a perfect example. Do you remember Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park, the game? Remember Reanimation that came out after it was a hip hop rock album? It was the remix of their first album, bro. That album solidified because I never.
Shit, did I just lose him? Hang on, my bad. There we go. Oh, we back.
Oh, bro.
Okay, say that again, sub. Talk to me, sub. Sorry. Say that again, bro.
Sorry. Linkin Park, right?
Yep.
That first album, Hybrid Theory, classic album. Love it. Plays part of my heart, bro, right? One of the best albums I've ever heard, right? What they did is, and this is what made me understand what fucking hip-hop was meant to be like, bro, was Reanimation. That was the second album. What a lot of people didn't realize was Reanimation was a hip-hop remix album of Hybrid Theory. Go check it out because it was nice to see that, bro, because I don't mind any music, like I said, bro, but to understand how a rock guitar can be so powerful within even a genre of hip-hop, bro, it was unreal.
Rock and roll is part of the roots of hip-hop.
That's what I was going to say, man. Rock and roll, man. I'm sorry. That's our music.
I know that now. Back then, I didn't.
Run DMC, boy, them man, Aerosmith. But even the hood back then was listening to rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know what I'm saying? We was playing the Duran Duran, Wham, and you know what I'm saying? We grew up off of Queen. So it was like them just adding some other words to it with something that we'll be doing on a lunchroom table was something refreshing to hear on the radio. You know,
no, that's true because I think it was either DMC or it was Run who tells the story of that's how Rock This Way came about. Jam Master Jay would just play that and he said he would just loop it. That's what he said. He would just loop it until one day they was just like that would be cool if Aerosmith got on it. And supposedly that's how that happened. But you're right though. It goes to your point. The game people was listening to rock. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop heads was listening to rock and roll. You know,
like I said when we first started. As I was coming up, my mom was playing Saturday Night Fever soundtrack in the house. Who was that? Bruce Springsteen and all these other stuff because it was like we didn't have our own genre. I mean, we had funk and soul and stuff like that, but it was everything was mixed up at that time.
Right. President in the building. What's going on, Presidents? What up, man?
What up, Presidents? How you doing, family?
We having a hip hop conversation, man. I played some of your music earlier. I'll probably end up playing some of your music at the end, man. We're just having a hip hop conversation going on 3 hours, man. We're talking about the history of music as we know it. Hip hop, man. We've gone everywhere. We've gone from the 70s disco. We've gone to NWA. I even talked about XXXTentacion. Sub almost threw up. Like,
I'll give you that one, Joe.
I'm just saying, man. But yeah, man, we just talk about music, man, and the history of music because it needs to be talked about, bro. This 2020, man, is going to be an interesting year because it always seems like the turn of a decade where the music shifts, the popularity of a genre shifts, and I'm just curious to see what 2020 is going to be and where that shift is going to lead.
I hope it goes back to teaching. You
I
know
hope
what I'm saying?
so.
In the early 90s, man, we had a lot of teachers rap from KRS-One, Public Enemy. We had the X-Clan.
Paris.
Tupac was telling you something. Michael Jackson was telling you, remember the time. Everybody was telling you something. it was
yeah, man.
The time of just dropping information. But now it's like since Pac and Biggie went down, it's like you can just see the difference of how the music changed, and it makes it look real funny. It's like how you go from that to this. Master P and No Limit make them say, shouldn't have turned the whole damn hip hop joined into what we're hearing now.
I've never thought of it that way, DK, but I know exactly where you're coming from.
Because that was like 97. That was right after both of the shootings, and then Master P came through with the gold tank and made everybody say, That's when the Outkast albums and stuff that I was talking about was like, I mean, all they did was follow the tank in. They was already there. We was hearing them, but they couldn't make no real noise until that tank blew open the gate to hip hop for the South. Everybody followed them in the South.
Well, let me ask
even Pastor Troy. Pastor Troy, I don't even know why he did
Pastor
that, but
Troy.
it was a great track.
Pastor Troy.
It's a very good track.
Pastor Troy. He's a legend. So let me ask a question, right? Because I hope you remember game. I know you remember the good old time of Crank That, when there was a Crank That Batman and a Superman and a Soldier Boy and an Aquaman and a Lion King and all that bullshit, right? And then you had the Laffy Taffy, and then you had the Lean with it, Rock with it. All that. I'm sorry, bro. The bubblegum era. Yes, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, and here's an unpopular opinion that I hope you guys can argue with me about. I thought for a moment Kanye West was saving us from all that because I thought he was putting out the best music of his life around that time.
Tell you the truth, you couldn't come through my hood goddamn playing that shit.
Laffy Taffy and whatnot.
Man, you already labeled for what the educational purposes ain't nobody gonna take you serious.
Bubblegum made me in the trap. Oh damn, we really bumped that. Young Jock is going down was really a club banger. Sub.
Even that one dude, I can't think of his name, man. What was that dude? Chiggy.
Chingy. That's the way to do it right there.
Nelly sound and stuff,
man. That was the time.
But like I said, that's the
what's up behind the bar? Salutations, my brother. How you doing, man?
Mind the bar, you in here, man? Salute to you, brother. Salute.
Just came in, bro.
Salute to you, man. Salute to you. Salute to you. We having a hip hop conversation spanning 3 generations, bro. 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and hopefully whatever the fuck the 2020s is gonna be. That's what we talking about.
I can take you back to the 60s too.
Oh boy.
I think we should just say what the average audience may know the game. Do you know what I mean, bro? Because I'd love to know about earlier than hip hop, bro.
Oh, I do too. Oh my god, dude. Man,
since music been made, hip hop don't stole from every era, going back to the 20s and the 30s, man.
Completely agree. Jordan, could I just say something as well, though? But with you talking about Kanye, yeah?
Talk to me, brother.
I don't like Kanye as a person, but for what he has done for hip hop with his production, he gets my utmost respect for. A lot of people don't realise the impact that he did prior to Through the Wire coming out, bro. Because I'm going back to when Kanye was only known as a producer and was making beats that were so hard, you didn't know which side or flavour that was coming from.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Jay-Z's The Blueprint, that's Kanye. That's,
I know it is, bro.
That's Kanye stank all over it.
For Dilated Peoples, bro. I think he did a track with Linkin Park as well.
It did. They did as well. I think, and you know, this is what I'll say, Sub, and this is kind of where we still keep it on a hip hop tip, but we keep it on a real tip as well. If you look at the history of Kanye West, it's full of tragedy, especially going on with his mother. Now that doesn't,
I completely agree. Completely
you know,
that has, to me, bro,
and
influenced him for music, bro.
That's what I was gonna say.
Many people,
that's what I was gonna say. A lot of people. I was gonna say that, man.
It's so difficult to take that and turn it into something.
I was gonna say that a lot of people, like for example, in Rest in Peace, Amy Winehouse. She could have been one of the greatest singers in the history of music. She could have been one of the greatest singers, but she had an alcohol problem. She could not handle it. The point that I'm trying to make is that although Kanye West has done and said some crazy shit, bro, the way he's handled breakups, the shocking death of his mother, he turned it into music. And although his newer music maybe not the best to other people, that is an artist to take your life's pain and put it in the studio. Don't eat for days, don't shower for days, but you in the studio pumping out your life's work. That's an artist for you. So I have to include Kanye West as one of the greatest artists of all time.
Yeah. Bro, that 808 and Heartbreaks album changed hip hop.
And
the category of hip hop, especially when I was growing up, bro, because excuse me.
And Sub, go ahead.
The 90s, bro, when you used to hear all the real edginess, bro, the real life, the heartache, the tragedy through the rhymes, bro, yeah? Towards the back end of the 90s and the 2000s, it started disappearing, bro. And that's when obviously the emergence of the bubble rap and everything started coming through.
And Sub, and this
so
was... Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say, and what you even gotta either understand even a little bit more is that album 808s and Heartbreaks was made by accident. That wasn't even supposed to be his next album. He was making a follow-up to Graduation. I think he was gonna call it Good Ass Job or something like that. And then what happened? Broke up with Amber Rose. Whatever you think about that. I don't give a fuck about that. But more importantly, his mother died. And that just completely shattered his world. And instead of, you know what I mean, going to drugs, I'm sure he drank a little bit and whatnot, but he got in the studio and made a beautiful piece of work. Beautiful piece of work, bro. I remember working my first job at Bojangles, man, and that first song on that album, Say You, Hey, that song, Say You Will. I couldn't concentrate on my job because that was just replaying in my head, that note, that melody, the meaning. Man, oh man. Yeah, go ahead, Sub. My bad.
And I don't know what you think about The Alchemist, the producer, bro, but I class him as an underrated musician because he writes his own raps and does his own production, bro, as well.
Yeah, Alchemist is definitely underrated. Underrated producer in the 2000s for sure. I mean, the just the work and the dedication he put in the Prodigy, May God Rest His Soul, was amazing. Was amazing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for what he's done for Action Bronson, he's done for a whole bunch of other people. Another producer that doesn't get a lot of credit is Scott Storch.
I'm 50-50 with him, though, because obviously I look at how he worked with Dre-Bo. Like I've obviously told you plenty of times of how I look at Dre-Bo. You know what I mean? But in fairness, yes, he has done some really good beats, bro. But I don't class him in my top 10 producers when it comes to hip hop.
I don't blame you. And I mean, he blew through what, $50 million all up his nose. Yeah, allegedly, but that's allegedly a lot of it went towards that. So I'm with you. I can understand that. Producer wise, oh my God, how many producers? Like, that's artistry, man. That's artistry. And I remember this is why Saba asked you the other day about David Guetta. Because that motherfucker was huge in this country. You hear me? He was on the radio.
I was surprised though when I found out about it though, bro, because I'd seen quite a few British artists were doing it prior with that genre of music, bro, within America. But for some reason when he came, it just blew up for years though. But I had been used to hearing that genre of music since I was a child, bro, because I've watched the development and the emergence of it. Because besides hip hop, I listened to stuff like EDM, trance, old school, like euphoric dance music, bro.
Yeah, I like that sexy chick he had with Akon. Damn, he's a sexy chick. That joint is hot. David Guetta was okay, man. He was all right. He got a little corny at the end, and I mean he produced the Black Eyed Peas, which I was a big fan of. Love the Black Eyed Peas, but
except for the odd few track, not for me.
The which one?
I would say except for a couple of songs by Black Eyed Peas, bro.
Yeah,
I wasn't really much of a fan.
Well, you know what they did, man. They jumped on the Euro train and kept that bitch riding, man. They went overseas. They went overseas, bro. They went to a couple tours, went to a couple clubs, heard that music, and said, "Okay, we are dedicating all our sound to this sound." And
go and listen to that first album of was strictly hip hop, and then go listen to that third one, and you'll see why I mean about Black Eyed Peas.
I know what you're talking about.
Doing the hip hop was unbelievable, bro. Really good.
Yeah,
really good hip hop, bro. And then when it started flipping the sound around, like they just said, bro, they went and done whatever, and flipped it. I went off them, bro.
Yeah, they went mainstream.
For artists, bro, what I like to see, bro, is development, not being a sheep. It's like being a wolf, developing yourselves, bro. For instance, it's why I like Swiss Beats. It's why I like Timbaland, Dr. Dre. That's why I like Scott Storch.
They definitely switched their sound up, and this is why I can kind of, in a sense, go back to Kanye, right? Because remember "Stronger" by Kanye West.
Mm-hmm.
People could argue that would be his sellout song. People could argue like that was gonna be his sellout because it was, you know what I mean? I think it had, what was that group name? I can't believe I forgot the name of a group. Oh, what's the name of it? Oh, Daft Punk. He had Daft Punk on the song. So everybody was just like, "Oh, okay." So now he's going to the pop side as well. But no, he still stayed in his lane. But yeah, you're right about the Black Eyed Peas. They just completely switched their music from real hip hop to just this electro Euro pop, man. And you either liked it or you didn't, because it got them to the Super Bowl, sub. They got to perform for the Super Bowl. So.
But if they stuck with the original lane, they probably could have been just as big, but in a bit more time, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because just switching up the style, because
got him to the Super Bowl.
When I speak about Kanye West, bro, right, what I see is this. Would you tell Picasso to cut his ear off when he was creating art?
What I do? Say that one more time.
This is what I say to people about Kanye West's production. Would you ask Picasso to cut his ear off when he was painting, when he had his breakdown and started painting? What I'm trying to say is, why would you want to stop an artist from developing or a producer? Because this is what I like about Kanye. His production, bro, except for maybe 1 or 2 albums, is phenomenal. I like it because it's him. He's not followed a sound. He created his own sound, bro, by doing production for underground artists and then shot himself to the mainstream. Because Kanye was known first on the charts as a producer before a rapper.
I agree. Like I said, if you listen to, a lot of people don't understand, but if you listen to the blueprint got Kanye stank all over it, and people don't even give him his proper credit for the Blueprint, which was a classic, Yo, this is what I'm gonna.
It wasn't Picasso, it was Van Gogh. Thank you, Queen, for that.
Shit.
Yo,
Kanye was the gift and the curse.
Gift to the curse. Yo, hold that thought, man. I'm gonna give me 2 minutes, man. I'm gonna take a 2-minute break. Hold that thought, y'all. Hold that thought. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna play my man, aka Presence King Face. Hey, man, you gotta respect that man presence. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Hold that thought, the game. Hold that thought. We'll be right back.
I want them to take it there.
Moonlight.
Take it there.
I can love you. I can love you. I can love you better than she can. I can love you. I can love you. I can love you better than she can.
Damn, King Face, what is good, bro? It's your boy, aka fucking Present. I hope you not sad cause your girl left. You always brag about how long your dick is. But I guess it's not long enough to keep a long ass relationship. He's sitting in this room, Donald Trump walls, but he thinking about the girl who left.
I want them to take it there.
I can love you. I can love you. I can love you better than she can.
Yo. That was Presence, aka Presence. Salute to you, brother. I love that track. Saw what you did with that Mary J. Blige sample. Flipped it on his head, made it a banger. Salute to you. So we going back to what we said. The game. You said Kanye West, who I call was one of the greatest to ever do it, is the gift and the curse. Talk to me about it, my brother.
I mean, that's just personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? I was never really a fan of Kanye.
Okay.
As well as Jay-Z. So, but it's going as far as his antics and stuff. As far as now, his media and the shoes, and he's the chosen one, boy. He's the new son. I don't know about this guy, man. We should have got rid of that dude a long time ago.
Damn. I don't know how to feel about that game because
that's just my opinion.
I understand you're entitled to it.
I completely agree with you because that's why I only like him as a producer, bro. Nothing else. What his achievements were for hip hop, I don't think another person could do it like him. But his antics, Jesus, just leave us alone. I'd rather not discuss that. It's not a topic for children to be privileged to listen to.
Yeah, I definitely agree. His antics is it's his antics, yeah. But I mean, it just on a hip hop level, on a musical level,
he's influencing minds of the youth before the minds actually get a chance to think for themselves.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? It's deeper than what you think, Jordan. Man, it's deeper.
That's what I'm saying, oh man, because I can't really debate that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't.
Because I tell you what,
I can't debate that.
Debate I would love to have with the two of you as well.
I can't debate that, man. That's music in general, man, especially rap. Unfortunately, you know, like it's very influential. And you're right. I can even, and listen, this is how objective I am, fellas. This is how objective I am. I can completely understand why people had to raise their eyebrow at Kanye West, because just not even a whole year ago, you was on the track with Lil Pump talking about such a fucking hoe. I love it. And I'm a sick fuck. I like a quick fuck. All, you know, educational purposes only. You was just talking about that not even a year ago. Now it's Jesus is King and this and that and the third. I don't know. And that's me coming from that's coming from a Kanye West fan. I could look at him with that and be like, is this genuine?
I'm looking at it as like he's speaking this to the world with lack of knowledge of himself.
Yeah.
It's depressing. It's like we're never gonna get out this slump.
I respect that, man. I can only respect that, man, because I've said it before. I'll say it again, man. There was a Kanye West, and then there became a Kanye Kardashian. So, you know,
completely agree.
I've said, and I'm saying that as a fan. I have admitted that to people. Like, he was once Kanye West, then he became Kanye Kardashian, and we got who we got now. So, shit. So, all right. So, enough about Kanye West. We can get off of that fucking subject. So, I just want to ask right before we get off the line. I know y'all want to continue on with y'all night and whatnot. Your favorite groups, hip hop groups.
Hip hop groups.
Right, I've got to distinguish something then. When you are saying groups, Jordan, do you mean crews as well, or just groups?
Yeah, collectives, groups, whichever you want to name them. Not like whole, like, you know, like whole Cash Money labels and stuff, but groups, collectives.
I know what you mean, bro.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Jeez. Well, probably my most influential one is UGK and Outkast. 8-Ball MGG.
Okay.
What else? You know what, though? Even though the Firm album was very slept on, right? The artists that were included with the Firm from the Aftermath days, them artists were very influential at the time. And I like that album.
Who's that?
Obviously, the Firm, Nas, Omega, Nature, and Foxy Brown.
Okay. So yeah, man. So what about you, Gabe? Some of your favorite like hip hop groups.
Hip hop groups. I would probably say I like EPMD. I don't know. Pretty much old school, the Boot Camp Clique. As far as like, you know what I'm saying, Black Moon, Smith and Wesson, Helter Skelter.
Queen T says BBD. You mean Belle Biv DeVoe? Is that who you talk about, Queen T?
That's not a rap group.
Yeah, that's why I was curious. I'm like,
Unless you read Boogie Down.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Talk to me, Queen T. But I'm sorry, Game. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's also a good one too. Boogie Down Productions was also a good group. DJ Quick. DJ Quick was more solo. MC8.
I'll tell you what. I would say Above the Law.
Yeah.
They were very. Groups is so hard because there's so many I can call out, but it's whether or not that you've heard of them. Do you know what I mean? God.
One of my favorite rappers from back then was J. Rue the Damager.
The Sun Rises Over the East is the most slept on album I think DJ Premier ever produced, bro. Bro, I'm still on it on CD.
Replay.
Bro, can I just say, with you saying that was the type of 90s hip hop I first got exposed to, bro. You know, all the stuff that Premier did from 92 to 98 with Group Home and all of that. That was the New York hip hop I liked, and then it started to spawn over to the likes of Omega, CNN, Tragedy, and all of that lot as well, bro, into DMX and stuff.
Yeah, which Mobb Deep was Mobb Deep was always in the mix. Them 41st Side, which they also had a good album too.
I was 50-50 with it, bro, to be honest. I think there was too much hype with the album.
Definitely too much hype.
Queen T says Public Enemy. That was definitely one of my favorites. Public Enemy, definitely one of my favorites. Eric B. and Rakim is another one of my favorite groups.
Digital Underground. TRU was pretty good. I'm a No Limit fan, so they always up.
Yeah, I'm a No Limit fan as well. To be honest, I think it was About It that got me into No Limit, like really, really into No Limit.
I was No Limit before No Limit.
I like that.
You're talking about the early King George days.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, bro, some of those albums, bro. 99 Ways to Die.
Those albums.
Have you still got 99 Ways to Die, bro?
Yep, I got that one on. What was the other one before that one? It was really raw.
Ghetto's Trying to Kill Me, and then there was
before that.
Bingy.
Hey, President says, you ever heard of Mr. Biggs Take That Shit to Trial?
Is that Mr. Biggs from Alabama?
Who
just recently died? No. Prezi.
No, I never heard of Mr. Biggs.
If it is, I know who Mr.
God, so you are like a hip hop encyclopedia, no? Good. Good.
Sorry, bro. It's just like
my man said from Alabama.
Not many people know about concentration camp, bro. Where Little Boosie started off with, where Young Bleed started off with. Do you know what I mean, bro? A lot of this is how deep I went into hip hop, bro. If I'm searching someone, I'm gonna go 1,000% into them. If it takes a month, it takes a month. If it takes 2 years, because it's a record label, it'll take 2 years, bro.
Yes, so that's what Prezi just said. President just said he died.
Bro, I heard it a long time ago, so I need to go back and listen to it, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, I know who Mr. Biggs is. Rest his soul, bro.
Wow. So you really, like, every time we talk, you impress me even more. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like,
thank you, bro. So, what do you know about Mojo Records?
You have to educate, bro.
Mojo Records, that was a record label down south. I believe it was New Orleans. This was a record label that I was hearing way before Katrina hit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff disappeared after Katrina hit. It's like I went back and did, I guess, a lot of stuff you really can't duplicate unless somebody had it and put it online. Like a bunch of undergrounds and stuff like that. Mojo Records had a couple of good upcoming MCs and stuff, like groups, Soldiers of Sorrow, Ruthless Juveniles, and a few others and stuff.
I know who Ruthless Juveniles are by looking back through the history of New Orleans.
Okay, yeah.
I haven't heard much of them, but I've seen the name quite a lot, bro.
Oh yeah, them little guys there. And, that stuff we're hearing now, man, ain't had nothing on what we was hearing back then. There's nothing new under the sun.
And this is why I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn as much as I can, man. Listen, I'm 28, man, and I'm learning more now than I ever have in my entire life as far as the history of music, whether it's in Africa, whether it's in Asia, whether it's in Tijuana, any type of music, man, I am just being open to now, man. Thank God for the internet. I don't know why the U.S. is trying to censor the internet so much, man. It's so much knowledge there. So much knowledge. Do you guys, of course you guys remember when there was a song that used to be huge in New York and people used to say, damn, I wonder how that song is going to perform in California or how that song is going to perform in the UK? The internet has taken that shit away, man. Now we get all the music at the same time.
I agree because one of my actual favorite ever concerts I went to was actually Eminem. Back in 2004, as I stated before. The energy, the feel, everything, it felt like it was a proper show, bro, as if you were going to the theater to watch it.
You said you would.
You know what I mean?
You said you would. You said 2004.
It was when the Eminem show. It was when the Eminem show came to Europe, bro. It was about 2004, 2005.
Okay, because I was gonna ask, was that during like when he was kind of like on his decline a little bit, or was that like at his peak? Like, because I think that Up in Smoke snore.
Eminem show, bro, right? What happened was he came out with Slim Shady, instant smash. But what happened was while that was out, he was taken on tour with the Up in Smoke tour, right?
Right,
And
Up in
Dropping
Smoke.
From Mothers,
That was his
what
peak.
was an absolute banging album anyway, bro, as an Eminem fan. And then he dropped the Eminem show, what was his third album, what to me was a very good album.
Right.
Yeah, I think that was right after Chronic 2001.
Marshall Mathers came after Chronic 2001 to game.
Okay, because I wasn't a big Eminem fan either. So.
Okay.
Lose me on that one.
Yeah, well, shit, man. I'm about to go ahead and end this live, man. Listen, this has been a really, really great freaking conversation, bro. Like, seriously, I hope I'm going to be on live hopefully tomorrow. I really hope to talk to you gentlemen again. You know what I'm saying? Game, you in the hangouts now, bro. So anytime, man, you could give a nigga a ring, you know what I'm saying? Text and whatnot. I'm the dude, man. You got anything else to say to the people, Game?
No, enjoy the rest of y'all's night. I'll probably see y'all on the block.
No problem. Be safe to game.
Be safe, Game. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, Lady La go live or on the bar go live or somebody else, and you know what I'm saying, we all just finesse on over there sometime. You know what I mean?
Man, that's the block, man. That's the block.
That's the block. There it is, man.
We'll see each other somewhere on one of these.
You know we will, man. You know we will, man. Salute. Hey, Sub, is there anything else you got to say, man? Any final things you got to say, brother?
I just want to say again, I just hope everybody has a blessed and peaceful holidays. And I hope you just be safe through it all and have a good time. Obviously, I'll see you on the other side of New Year. So take it easy for the next couple of weeks, guys.
All right, man.
Brother, you do the same.
Sub, I hope everything goes well, man. Hope to hear from you soon, brother. I know you on UK time, man, so I really appreciate you staying up and talking hip hop with your guy, man. For real. Thank you.
Good, man. I appreciate it. Just the time to even talk and learn and educate, bro. You know what I mean? So thank you as well.
No problem. T, I want to thank you for being a wonderful chat busier. You in there by yourself, entertaining yourself. I appreciate you. I promise you, I have more people in there for you one day. I promise you, I will. T. Thank you very much for your love and your support. I'm gonna end off the stream with MEYE Criminal. That is Behind the Bars intro. I love this track, so I'm gonna play it. And the next time I come back, I'm gonna really, really premiere some new music. Sub, you know what I'm talking about. We'll keep it at that. My name is Jordan Live. Sub was in here. The game was in here. We are out. Peace, y'all.
Peace, everyone.
Peace.
Maybe I'm just like the world. Maybe I ain't good at all. Maybe cause the streets done stole my soul. I'm moving like a criminal. Maybe I ain't good for you. Maybe I ain't good at all. I'm hiking up this road, but it's so cold. I'm moving like a criminal. I can't get away. No. Ooh, now. And I can't wait. No way. No. Ooh, now. Maybe I'm a criminal. Maybe I'm just like the world. Maybe I ain't good at all. Maybe cause the streets done stole my soul. I'm moving like a criminal. Maybe I ain't good for you. Maybe I ain't good at all. I'm hiking up the slope, but it's so cold. I'm moving like a criminal. I can't get away. Oh, away. No. Ooh, now. And I can't wait. No way. No. Ooh, maybe I'm a criminal, harmonizing ghetto blues, a product of the avenue. Cops arresting me while I walk this road. I'm treated like a criminal. I can't get away. Oh, away. No. Ooh, now. And I can't wait. No way, no. Ooh, I'm a criminal. Label me a criminal. Label me a criminal. Maybe I'm a criminal.
Hey, yo, Slime, who you blacking out on today?
I'm a criminal. Label me a criminal. Label me a criminal. Maybe I'm a criminal. I'm just a criminal. Label me a criminal. Maybe I'm a criminal. I guess I'm just a product of my environment.
What's poppin'? Slime.
Aren't we all?